bathroom. I just wanna be by your side all the time, standing tall, your hand in mine. I don't wanna know where I might be without you, 'cause you can lift me up, baby, when I'm falling apart. I'll keep all of your secrets. You can heal all my scars. And have I ever mentioned I loved you from the start? I got your best intentions, and you got my heart. 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 We got four white walls and a window with a city view, and there's no one else that I'd rather come home to. Up all night, flashing lights, counting cranes out in the sky. I don't wanna know where I might be without you, 'cause you can lift me up, baby, when I'm falling apart. I'll keep all of your secrets. You can heal all my scars. And have I ever mentioned I loved you from the start? I got your best intentions, and you got my heart. 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 You got my friends ain't crooked and I'm such a mess. Spill every drink on every dress, and you just smile, shake your head. Saw it coming 'cause you know me best. There's nowhere else I'd rather be than right here with you. Promise, please, you won't go anywhere without me. You got my heart. You got my heart. You got my heart. You got my heart. You got my We know thrills at 17, chasing every high, jumping off, no safety net. No, we be fire. I know when did we grow up and start to say no thrills for me. Just trying to keep my heart from racing all the time. No thrills for me. Just setting all this panic in my mind. I got filters in my head, locks on all my doors. Scared of losing what I have. I don't risk things anymore. When did I wake up and start to say no thrills for me? Just trying to keep my heart from racing all the time. No thrills for me. Just setting all this panic in my mind. No thrills. No thrills for me. No thrills for me. Just trying to keep my heart from racing all the time. Yesterday, all this panic in my mind. Promise, I swear I've been doing fine. No, I'm not alone and feeling like no thrills, no thrills for me. Just trying to keep my heart from racing all the time. No thrills, no thrills for me. Just setting all this panic in my mind. In my mind, in my mind, in my mind, in my mind. Oh, oh, No thrills, no thrills for me. No thrills, no thrills for me. Take all your banners, they say paint them white, and promise you will wave them when the sky is falling down. We mind our manners, not our heads, but if we're honest, all of life's are miles behind us on the ground. And I wouldn't have it any other way, any other way. If I don't know a thing about love, I know about us. No, I wouldn't have it any other way, any other way. If I don't know a thing about love, I know about us. If we're naive, at least we think we're sure of something. I'm not worried up late, losing sleep at night. We drew our lines and met up right around the middle. I'll be okay as long as you're here by my side. And I wouldn't have it any other way, any other way. If I don't know a thing about love, I know about us. No, I wouldn't have it any other way, any other way. If I don't know a thing about love, I know about us. All the rest we'll figure out. All the rest we'll figure out. All the rest we'll figure out. And I wouldn't have it any other way, any other way. If I don't know a thing about love, I know about us. No, I wouldn't have it any other way, any other way. If I don't know a thing about love, I know about us. All the rest we'll figure out. All the rest we'll figure out. All the rest we'll figure out. I think I've been thinking too much. Held myself in check, but it's been one of those months where I feel everything a little too much, too deep. And I got 4 A's sitting pretty in my hand, but late at night I'm praying now the dice are gonna land until my heart is racing and I'm stressing in my sleep. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. Tricks on me now, tricks on me now, tricks on me now. I'm all good, I'm broken art. But baby, if I'm honest, you know I've been taking stock of every perfect little win and every close near loss I meet. And we're most fast, run all the worst stuff. And once my wheels are turning, it's just how to turn them off. So put some sugar on my ear and tell me something sweet. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. Tricks on me now, tricks on me now, tricks on me now. Tricks on me now, tricks on me now, tricks on me now. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. It's been a while, we haven't talked. I had some time to think us through. I promise I'm not looking for you, but here you are in all the words I thought I'd say. Have given up, but gotten lost in one good look in your two eyes. I'm on the floor. I thought that door was shut. I guess it's all that it takes. 6 months over, I feel so good. Are these feelings taking over me? I know I swore don't need no more. Are these feelings taking over me? Were you with both your empty arms and me with no self-control? I never stood a chance, and now I guess that it's too late.
All right, everybody. It is UV1 time. It is playoff time. They're up against Cataclysm Team. I'm Johnny Esports. I'm joined by Wes Rambo. How you doing, my dude?
I was trying to get my all right lined up exactly with yours. I've been practicing over the past just silently. You haven't seen me because we're not on camera, but I've been practicing trying to get it exactly right. I kind of went I went a little late, Johnny. I was a little late, but it doesn't matter because it's playoffs, baby.
Yeah.
UV1 are so ready for this right now. Cataclysm Team is their opponent. We are into best of threes, which is pretty much the most exciting thing to me about playoffs is a best of 3 series over a best of 1. But there's a lot of exciting things. UV1 are ranked number 19 coming into the playoffs. They're playing against Cataclysm Team, which let me scroll down here just a moment, unless if Johnny can remember which the 46th
Okay.
seed.
I wasn't sure what you were getting at, to be honest.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out which seed. Cataclysm Team, seed number 46. But as we've already been just discussing off air, Johnny and I, that definitely doesn't mean everything. For instance, Pro Laps versus Chess Club. Chess Club got absolutely dominated by UV1, whereas Prolapse actually beat UV1, and Prolapse is ranked lower. So you never know what could happen. Cataclysm team could have gotten a really tough run in, still made it, and then they come out swinging. But man, playoffs, baby. Dust 2 is the first map, it appears, and what a great map to kick it off. We've been talking about Dust 2 all season long.
Yeah. It was a map that was wouldn't say intentionally avoided, because we actually asked about that if it was something that was banned. They said it wasn't. It just happened that they didn't play it a whole bunch. So, but they're going to be confident enough on this. I actually am very excited to see the likes of Flex on this map. We've seen how just a kind of a good fragger he can be on something like Nuke, and his ability to use the op, and this is like an Opper's map, right? Like this is the classic like Olaf Meister chilling in double doors, just doing everything, right? Like that's what I think of when I think of this map, and potentially Flex is going to be able to do that. We've also seen like kind of Deimos actually hold that role in the past, where he's kind of held down that mid and made it look like this is a map that should be in their rotation anyway. So it just so happened that they didn't play it all season, at least in the actual games. But of course they could have scrimmed it or whatever. We don't have access necessarily to that. So I'm very excited to see what they can do on this map. Again, I'm very excited to see what kind of the newer players are going to look like on this map, because we've seen how good Vampy is. And in fact, Egglet, in the past, this has been a very, very strong map for him, being an anchor over on B site over there, and just like holding it down almost by himself at times. So this has, like last season, we have seen this map work out really, really well for them. And it'll be interesting to see how we go here. This is our first map. I'm actually wondering if chat knows, like Ownerman or anyone in the chat, if they know how the rest of the vetoes went, if we know what the other maps are. That'd be just interesting to know while we're waiting for people to kind of run in here, as only one person's currently on the server.
Yep, only badass in here, all on his own right now. I'm also curious about the veto because, like you say, Dust 2 hasn't shown up, Mirage hasn't shown up yet. The only 3 maps that UV1 played in the regular season were Inferno, Train, and Nuke. Oh no, Inferno, Train, Nuke, and Overpass, and Rip Train. So the only 3 maps that are actually active are Inferno, Overpass, and Nuke.
I miss Train.
That they played at all. I miss it too, man. I miss it too. Hey, Johnny, are we going to run into Ancient in the playoffs?
It's plausible. And I'm not going to lie. Yeah, you casted a game recently.
I casted an event. Well, we've casted an event together, not as a duo, recently, where we ran into an Ancient, and I swear you could see the panic on me and Artrin's faces when that map came up. We're like, oh yeah, this is in the pool. Fortunately, I've been kind of adjacent to CS a long time, so I remember Ancient and Aztec from before.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I at least could say like, this is the shape of the map. There are 2 bomb sites. This is what is called. At least I could say a little bit about it. But it'd be interesting to see an Ancient come in.
Yeah,
but,
it's funny.
In any case, we're gonna be seeing maps that we haven't seen, and we're gonna see an unexpected victory tested. But like you say, Dust 2 not going to be new ground for any of these players. Everybody's played Dust 2. Everybody knows what's up. And like you said, somebody like Flex, I think definitely could be living up to his name here on this map.
Yeah, for sure. One more anecdote on Ancient. It's funny. I'm in like a group chat with some casters, and we just chat about things or whatever. And the announcement comes that Train's out, Ancient's in. I legit go to them. So I'm not gonna lie, guys. Is Ancient just Aztec? I have no idea what this is. Yeah. when that announcement came, because I ignored its existence until I guess had to know about it. And they're like, yeah, it's a spiritual successor, blah blah blah, or whatever. And I'm like, okay, cool. Because I remember Aztec, and I hadn't thought about Aztec in like a long time, obviously. And it wasn't a bomb map too, right? It was actually like, wasn't it
was it a hostage map?
Yeah, it was a hostage
Aztec?
map, wasn't it?
I think so.
Am I remembering that? Or am I remembering that incorrectly?
I think you're thinking of something else. I'm pretty sure Aztec was just a regular search and destroy.
Yeah,
map.
no, it was. What am I thinking of? I'm thinking of in the chat.
Office?
Let me know what I was
thinking of.
Office. Thinking of Office. No, I did play a lot of Office back in the day. But I'm thinking of a map that was a lot like Aztec that definitely had hostages. Anyway, that's not important.
Well, while we got some time, yeah, I mean, Ancient. It is really interesting to see Ancient put into the pool. It's so different than any other map in the game. Way, way different than any other map. It's so windy, and it's got all these like really. It's almost like
Does it still have that bridge?
It reminds me more of a Valorant map.
Yeah.
Honestly, like it's got the type of things that like everybody hated about Icebox and Split when they first started playing it. It's got these weird right angles. And anyway, yeah, it does not have the bridge. No, at least not in the same way that Aztec had.
Okay. It's funny. I honestly, like, I have seen, like, since I've watched a couple matches that involved Aztec, and just so I won't be completely blindsided if I ever have to cast it. But it's funny. For me though, Vertigo is the one map I just like never like casting.
Sure.
So I'll take casting Aztec and being uncomfortable for a little bit compared to Vertigo, where because for me it's so. I guess I get vertigo playing it because the verticality of that map just like messes me up. And I'm so bad. Yeah. I'm so bad at Counter-Strike. Everyone has to realize in chat by now that that amount of verticality is just too much for my boomer brain to handle.
Well, Cataclysm team did beat Eastonks on Vertigo, but it was the only time they played it. So we might be in for a Vertigo tonight, but maybe not. We'll see. They do play it. UV1, I'm not sure.
Yeah. I think I recall talking to Deimos about it, and he's like, "No, we ban that map every time." And if I'm remembering this conversation,
ban is Vertigo, yeah.
Yeah, if I'm remembering that conversation correct, it's either that but he did also talk about how much he doesn't like Mirage, so they might have switched their ban to Mirage. I don't know. I don't definitely know.
Judging by the regular season, my guess would be that they are banning Mirage because, like, to not see Mirage at all the entire season. Considering we're in Maine, like it seems like everybody would want to play Mirage. So I would assume Mirage is definitely a priority ban for them. Vertigo could be as well. So
someone else would have let that be the map at some point in the season, whereas Vertigo likely someone else could ban it, right? So
exactly.
It's what it is. But yeah,
we do move on to Dust 2, and so single elimination here. This best of 3, the loser of this best of 3 is out of the playoffs, and the winner moves on. We have, let me just look at this page again. 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds, 4, 5, and 6 rounds, including grand finals. So 6 wins will take UV1 to the trophy here. And man, there are going to be a lot of teams that we've recognized, like Michigan Tech, like Lo-Fi Hip Hop. I'm seeing a bunch of these teams that we recognized who really challenged UV1, and some who didn't challenge them as much, for instance, the likes of Chess Club, right? So it's going to be such a mixed bag coming into these playoffs and, into best of 3s. We'll see how UV1 adapts. We'll see how other teams adapt to this, change in format from all of these best of 1s that they've been playing week after week after week, and maybe specializing in certain maps, just trying to get as far as they can without really having a deep strategy. I don't think UV1 are going to be in that boat. I think that they will have prepared for best of 3s. I think that they're going to be absolutely elated to finally get to play best of 3s as opposed to these best of 1s where kind of anything can happen. And we've seen a couple of games where UV1 in a best of 1, we were like, okay, well, they lost this best of 1, but in a best of 3, you think Ablaze Esports is going to have the depth of an unexpected victory? Maybe, but I don't think so. I would have favored unexpected victory in a lot of those matches where it just felt a little bit fluky or a little bit, that they were caught off guard by more aggression, these types of things.
Yeah, and the thing that interests me is that, like, the IM kind of play level, the one weakness I would actually presume out of a lot of teams would be not to have a very in-depth map pool. Would be like people like maybe like you're mentioning like Mirage, maybe like you just default to those maps that like are very popular and be good at those, and that should probably get you to this level, and that's where I kind of imagine most teams are. And so with UV1 kind of picking Nuke a whole bunch of times and picking up wins there and picking up Train at the beginning of the season and getting Overpass and like getting onto those maps, I think that's why they pick up a lot of their wins, because I think they likely have a deeper pool than the average team at the IM level.
I think there's almost no question you're right. Yep.
Yeah, so it does like make me very, very interested in how well they're going to play best of 3s, because maybe like you're going to probably play the enemy team's best map at some point, and that might be a win. But are they going to be better than you at 2 other maps? And I don't think that's going to be the case for a lot of teams until we're getting to like round 3. Once maybe they're up against Michigan Tech Huskies at that point, and stronger teams kind of that on. So like if I'm making prediction time, and I don't want to think too far ahead in the future because of course we have this match in front of us, I think they should win round 1 and 2 with relative ease just based on that, and then like things should get interesting once we're in round 3. But of course we'll actually have to see how that all plays out.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. There will be some tough challenges ahead. But as you say, we're focused in on this game right here, Dust 2, and we'll see what they choose in terms of if they win the knife round. Actually, we're saying Dust 2, and the map has just changed on my screen.
Yeah, it's Inferno.
It looks like we're starting on Inferno here. So this is stomping grounds right here for UV1. Now, remember, famously, they were losing on it a lot, or it was representing their only losses for most of the season as we went forward, but they did grab a win on it near the end.
Yeah.
And it means they've just been sort of attempting to add this to their map pool the whole time, and they've gotten a lot of practice on it in live games. You were mentioning scrims, right? You know, they definitely could have been scrimming these maps, but it is different to play it in a live match with the pressure on, with the stream live, everything like that. It definitely has value to make sure if you want a map in your map pool, you should play it in an official match at least once if you get the chance.
Yeah. So
Inferno, they got lots in there.
Yeah, so we were debated by like the warm-up map, I guess, being Dust 2. We actually got the map pool figured out. Game 1 is Inferno. Game 2 will be Nuke, and if needed, Game 3 will be Dust 2. So,
wow. Okay.
All that we said, now we're seeing, okay, 2 maps that UV1 definitely played a whole ton of. Maybe some struggling here on Inferno. And this might have been Cataclysm's map pick, because I believe lower seed would have the first, and then higher seed gets the next 2.
No, they played. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Cataclysm played a bunch of Inferno.
Yeah. So I think that's how it goes. Correct me again if I'm wrong, chat. I'm asking you, chat, to correct me a lot today. But either way, it puts us there on some maps at UV1 that we have some experience with here. So now that creates an interesting situation here. Like, yeah, is this game 1 going to be that easy? Because, like, this is a higher seed, but it's actually only 1 win that makes the difference between these 2 teams.
Yep, that's right.
So, like, even though we've tried to do the transit of property seeding and looking at different teams in Cataclysm, like, looking at that, it doesn't. It does favor UV1, but that's meant really nothing every single time we've done that. So it could be very, very interesting how we go in here. But again, I think the best of 3 situation should, on average, help UV1 better than most teams.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that, you know, we've for all the reasons we've talked about. But we are onto Inferno, so that's going to test. And I love that UV1 are having to play this map right away, right off the bat in the playoffs, having to get onto Inferno, which has been, their nemesis. They've been facing it down all season, trying to get their bearings. What I really hope we can focus in on, and what UV1 can do here in response to what Cataclysm might bring to the table, is respond well to aggression. They have had trouble. They've had trouble dealing with rush, trouble dealing with anti-eco sometimes on this map, where you know, pistol rushes come down mid or down banana. They've, you know, on those T side anti-ecos, they have had some trouble with dealing with a very, very fast A hit occasionally if teams are going for that. So that's something I hope that UV1 have shored up as the time goes on, and as you know, as they've been kind of getting this experience against these teams who have been doing that stuff to them. That's something to watch out for, is just how do UV1 deal with aggression if Cataclysm bring it to the table, and if there is that style mismatch, how does it transfer to the other maps in the series, because we're definitely getting Nuke as well.
Yeah. One thing I know, folks, I am noticing a little bit of inconsistency with my internet connection. Let me know if it's really bad, and we'll work on that in a little bit. But Demos over here, in a classic Demos spot, actually, is able to pick up a 1-for-1, but they're rushing on to the B side here. Flex has now made his way over here. Nice shot from Flex as he takes down Tomotito. Egglet, meanwhile, just holding the back of the site. Clinking heads here with the USP. Talked about Egglet holding B side and Dust 2. He also does that really good here on Inferno. So that does leave Oak 1B as the last one standing. He's sitting in the middle of Banana, and they have the control of the bomb, does UV1.
They have it. Yeah, Flex with a great headshot there. And you saw a huge amount of utility damage coming in right off the top. A great idea as Eglet finishes off there. An amazing round from him, like you said, at B anchor. But yeah, a huge grenade. I think it was Deimos who threw it. Coming in at the beginning of the round, did over 100 damage in total to Cataclysm team, got them down to the point where they could be body shot, but then it didn't matter, Johnny, because Eglet and Flex are just tapping heads all day long. A beautiful defense there from UV1.
Yeah, absolutely huge. So again, nice start for them, and UV1 haven't had always the best pistol round starts, so they'll definitely take a win here. Here's a rush coming straight towards long. Are they gonna commit over to our 8 side? Tomochito does take down Flex pretty huge, but Alfight holding it down. We'll grab a couple more. Vampy grabbing one as well, but Alfight just won't be stopped, holding at the back of pit here. Deimos grabbing the last target, and UV1 are up to 2-0 start.
Yeah, I'm rubbing my hands together right now because look at how much utility damage has been done. You saw them having to run through that Molly Cataclysm team. That was a responsive Molly from UV1. Same thing as the grenade stack in Banana in the first round. They are using utility to stop the aggression. Already, the thing I called out right before it started, aggression responses, UV1 have figured out utility to deal with it so far. Really, really exciting.
Yeah, and they decided to go for it early, where in the past they kind of like let things happen and then they would eventually kind of adjust but put themselves far behind. Right now they go like, let's just assume they're aggressive so that right off the hop we stop it and slow it down, and they definitely get paid off for doing that. So good job for UV1.
They're just in position because, like I said, it is responsive. They still are. They're not. These aren't set nades. The mollies, for instance, they're just in better position to do it. So they're positioning for the aggression and then making sure that that utility can be thrown from where they're standing, which is a great adjustment considering the struggles they had with this map in the past.
Yeah, it's awesome to see, and it already looks like a good CT side for them. And I really recall last time they played that CT side was on a huge combat that they almost were able to put together as we watch Vampy getting taken out here. So they are still pretty confident on the CT side on this map. So let's see if that continues on. Meanwhile, Alfight here starting to deal with some pressure coming in at him. Flex joins him too as well. Flex will, in fact, meet a few members once they walk through this smoke. They're starting to walk through it now, but Flex is going to mow them down. Switches to the USP, but gets taken out eventually. They also took out Alfight over at pit as Zap looked like he went through balcony to get that done. So it's going to be a 2v2. Eglet and Deimos coming for the retake. Tomochito down to 22 HP.
Already on the bonus here, so UV1 are happy with this. Bunch of kills, and Tomochito, like you said, is low, so they have the opportunity to get something done here in terms of using that utility to retake, and they've got plenty of time. Let's see what they want to do with the FAMASas. Both of them are full HP, and they still got flashes here as well.
They're coming at it now. Tomochito flashed up a little bit here. They've been able to get real close to him, but they didn't know where he was right away. But Deimos does take him out, and they're looking to finish off last target, but Zap grabs one. Eventually, Eglet grabs that one. Does he have time to defuse this? Doesn't know where it is? No.
He's stuck.
Oh, no.
That is unbelievably unlucky because Eglet did have time. He just ran into something there. I was trying to picture the Inferno bomb site. I don't even know exactly what he was running into.
The side of that box, maybe? Like maybe
side of
just
the box,
that.
something like that. Oh, man, that is a heartbreaker there for Eglet, who played that perfectly. Great retake. Perfectly flashed the player on site and just traded out the player in pit. And he was holding onto a kit as well.
Yeah.
But like I said, this was a bonus, so they're going to be okay. Still going to be able to buy here, but it's Vampy down to a pistol. And yeah, UV1 just have to be kicking themselves there. They should have won that round. It's just unlucky. And okay, 1, 2, that's 3.
We're just gonna turn away.
Maybe the charm for this.
Maybe if we're not watching, they got it. Because if we tune over, look, he's there.
I think that was the 4th or 5th try there for Eglet. I've never seen that be missed so many times, but
really
and especially because Eglet and Deimos have played this
they do that all the time
so many times together.
That's really funny.
Just one of those things, playoff nerves.
Yeah. Well, no harm, no foul. Those they got up there, and Cataclysm won't know that happened unless they watch this VOD later.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, exactly. No harm, no foul. But the hit is actually.
Nice shot from Toke 1B to kind of track that Vampy went down there and pick off the head. Meanwhile, BA over here is moving down short. Alfight, though, is hanging out in pit. He's going to grab one, tries to switch to the other one, but Badass ends up taking him down. Zap is going to find Flex at the back of the site. They'll plant this bomb now once again, and it's going to be Egglet and Deimos trying to be the heroes again, but Tomochito will already shut down Deimos. Egglet, though, gets one more kill. He's got to do it 1v3 now.
Use the opportunity as well to just recover an AK and get out of here. He's throwing utility. Yeah, it might be just looking for X's.
Oh.
And there's Nichan coming in to finish him off. So yeah, nice job there. Good comeback by Cataclysm. And UV1 still were hanging on to FAMASas. I think they bought a little extra utility on their bonus round, so they didn't have quite the money to get full AK or full M4s, these types of things. So I'm thinking they're probably going to full save here and then look to put Flex back on the Flex on the op here. Maybe try to get this game started in earnest.
Yeah, definitely. I'm seeing chat saying nice, not nice. Never mind. Definitely assuming about that unfortunate play there at the end there with Egglet. But either way, we're at a 2-2, so Cataclysm have tied this up. We got a deco coming in for UV1-2 as well. Flex, the only one just sitting on just a USP. Meanwhile, Vampy goes down 3 HP, but takes one out. Poke 1B is going to be able to walk up and take down 2 for themselves, so they're going to start making their way onto the A site that's currently being held by Flex here. Can Flex do any damage to the rest of them here? Does find Nichan, but Nichan will get that frag. We'll get a bomb plant here. Egglet and Deimos, once again, they seem to just be hitting A over and over again.
Yeah, that's kind of what they've been going for, and in this case, UV1 just didn't have that much. Are you seeing what I typed? kind of joking. It is the player's name, so I'm probably going to be saying it, but I thought I may as well check. But Cataclysm have put a couple of good rounds together here, and yeah, UV1, we're just kind of waiting for a gun round at this point, honestly. I think kind of taking too much away from these. Oh. They played a couple of good ones, and Deimos.
Challenge him again.
Pretty dangerous.
Come on, David.
There we go.
Eventually picked him up.
Could have happened. Could have happened. But yeah, Egglet at least will survive. And can he recover a gun here? He knows there's a player dead.
Oh, he tried to get there.
Ooh. That was a nice idea from Egglet there. I like the gumption. Once again, you can see they're on a bit of a rough buy. And it looks like, yeah, they are going to save up again. They really want that op for Flex, maybe even one for Deimos as well. And they want those full guns instead of trying to go for Mosses. So this is just going to be a Deagle armor type of thing here. The deco comes in, and UV1 will probably go down to 2-4 here on Inferno. They're going to be just fine with that, though, as UV1's T-side on Inferno is amazing.
Egglet got the boost, first try.
Yeah, nice. I mean, this one is easier than the planter one, but yeah, we'll give him the credit.
I just had to see that. But yeah, UV1, like you mentioned here, on a bit of an eco here, so expected that I'll be Cataclysm 4 in a row, but UV1 have definitely had some good decos in the past, and maybe after Deimos' last shot, he's ready and warmed up to shoot like that once again. Of course, that beautiful 4K from the other day was on this map, with him using that deagle in the same spot. So maybe we see some of that repeat magic if they decide to hit on B side. And they're posturing there a little bit this time as we're watching smokes from Badass come in here. And maybe they're going to actually go for B and see what happens.
Yeah, they're setting up the smokes, but you can see they're also setting some up in mid to maybe go for some sort of wrap as well. And Deimos and Egglet are tight, close together here on the B site this time. It's a good setup, and it's been successful for them in the past, but Egglet is so good from that planter spot as well. So this hit is slow. The utility has been thrown, but they're not moving off of it just yet. Wrap comes in, and there it is.
1B able to come into there. So they're doing that exact wrap instead. Deimos not able to stop Badass as he walks in and sprays down 2. Very nice spray by him, in fact, as they are now going to get this plant off. Flex and Alfight, the duo, going to try to come and see if they can fight here. Poke 1B, though, finds Flex looking the wrong way, so it's just Alfight.
Alfight alone on an armor and deagle. Not much to see here, folks. Just move along, everybody. Don't look at the animals in the zoo. Yeah, Alfight's just going to hang on to the armor here, I think. And no, nothing wrong with carrying a deagle forward as well. So next round, we will have a full gun round finally. Unfortunate that UV1 didn't manage to do any damage there. They usually are able to do some damage on these deco rounds, but it was a nice little execute from Cataclysm team. They had, I like how they threw their utility and then delayed several seconds before moving at all on it. Just kind of put doubt in the mind of UV1. It makes you miss shots, that type of movement. It really does. It's a mental thing. So nice idea from Cataclysm team. This is clearly a formidable opponent coming up here, but we still haven't seen a full gun round, and that's what we're about to see right now.
Yeah, Deimos is going to be there and it's AUG, Flex is going to be there and it's op, M4 is for the rest, and this is the comfort area right now for UV1, and I expect them to be able to have a good round here.
Yeah, they are going to move slowly, Cataclysm team. They know their opponent is now on a full buy, so nothing crazy, nothing risky being done just here. This is a full default. Looks like the first contact might be in apps.
Yep, potentially that might be happening over there. Vampy kind of waiting out a couple in mid, but here's Toke 1B sitting on top of A apps and sees that smoke and backs off from it a wee bit.
Yeah, he got a lot of info there. You can see he was already looking through the door slightly, so got graveyard these things. That's a great catch by Nichin there.
Yeah, that's actually pretty nutty that he was able to find that one there. Toke 1B still setting up an A app, so advantage here for Cataclysm as they have 50 seconds left in the round to decide where they're hitting. They might go for a similar hit towards A site, or again, could potentially wrap around again as we're watching Nichan slowly walk through short. Badass, though, has gained a little bit of access towards here, but gets mowed down by Deimos. But it's kind of up to Alphyte and Flex here to pick something off. Alphyte does go down. Flex misses his shot, so Toke 1B will grab 2. And they will get this plant off. So Eglet and Deimos once again are trying to go for the retake.
I think they are going to indeed go for this 2v4 retake. They've got a little utility here, and as long as they can get an initial...
Eglet! Oh! Just monster shooting to take down 2. And now they're hitting the site. Nichan, of course, over to his left. Will take one down, and Nichan actually sprays them both. 3K for him on the round. Absolutely huge, but it looked like they were about to do it.
Yeah, I see why Deimos did what he did, peeking the same angle, but we know with hindsight that it would have been amazing for Deimos to go to the wagon there instead of going with Eglet on the same angle. After Eglet found those 2 picks, everybody's attention was over to him. So if Deimos had pushed up, but like I said, hindsight, not much you can do there. A nice hit again by Cataclysm team. That was just a really, really good attack onto the A site there. And they managed to get those opening picks, in particular that one on Vampy to start things off was so valuable to clear out that graveyard player.
4 stack on the A site, by the way, for UV1 this time around. Trying to see if they are just going to continuously hit that site. They've kind of only went to B that one time. So maybe they think, yeah, we got pistols here. Maybe we can overwhelm at least an entry fragger or something. As Vampy and Zap trade a little bit of damage.
And we saw Flex miss a shot that he would normally hit last round. Maybe a little shaky. You know, first playoff game, always going to be some nerves, and that definitely looked like that. Flex just almost always hits those, so not much to be taken from there except probably some nerves. And I expect that his poise will improve as the series goes on. And like I said, it is a series. Hang on.
Ooh! Eglet at least picks off 1 as they're going for the wrap through long. It looks like Zap took down Alphyte that was trying to come up behind him. Flex meets up with Zap, and Zap gets the better of him. Deimos sitting in church now, hearing all these footsteps all around him. Nichan's going to go around the corner, will find Deimos, and just barely missing out on the head there. Leaves Vampy by himself against 4.
I would almost like a timeout from Unexpected Victory. These shots, they just don't normally miss them. It might be just time to reset a little bit. I think maybe there's a bit of kind of aggravated energy going on with the team right now. I know the feeling, you know, and you start missing shots that you wouldn't. And actually, there's the pause. So so there you go. Prophet West coming in for you, folks. I'm almost sure that's attack from UV1. Because they definitely, I think they identify, you know, even better than I could, which is they know they can do better than this, and they know they're missing shots they should be hitting. So time to, just reset everybody. And like, you don't even need to say much here. All you have to do is everybody kind of get up from your chair, wring out your hands a little bit, and then sit back down and get that reset coming in. And they are back onto the buy. Vampy now has picked up the op. I wonder if this is going to be the case. Vampy, knows how to take matters into his own hands, but so deadly with the rifle, and Flex so good with the op. Maybe Flex just feels like, not happening right now. I need a little bit more time to, get my fingers a little warmer. So maybe Vampy just taking that one up to get a quick pick.
Yeah, potentially too. Just helping out, kind of hold that A site. No one's been able to kind of solve. They're pushing there. They pushed along a lot, which I actually like that kind of in general, because it does give you the access of going to B or A when you have access to there, and they do a really good job of getting control of that area. And then if they get a pick, they go on to A. If no one's around, they start walking up Arch and heading towards B, and I think it's a pretty good strategy right now for Cataclysm, and it's working right now against UV1, but. The way to kind of stop that potentially is just plant an opper there. And don't let them take control of that site.
Cataclysm team have gotten the opening frag, I think, every single round, or almost every round, every gun round anyway. And that's just not something that normally happens to UV1, and they know it. So going for this. And let's see what Vampy can do and where he's even going with the op. And he is, just like you say, he's posted up right here to defend the Arch.
And not talking too much on previous roster or anything, this was like a spot that was held down by Revelite back in the day, like last year, like we've seen so many times, and that was something that was a boon on this map for them for sure. And they just haven't necessarily had that on Inferno this year, so maybe Vampy can pull some of that off here in this one. That's what they're hoping for. And right now, Zap is thinking about peeking through and see if Vampy's gonna be able to stop him.
Goes for the jump peek. Vampy didn't spot him, but probably heard him, so I want to know there's at least some presence towards mid, but there has been every round. Here we go. It's so close.
Yeah, just come on, pick him. There we go. That's what they need. They 100% just needed someone to hit that shot, and then Vampy backs off to keep this numbers pretty even. Meanwhile, Alpha looks like he was able to pick up a frag over an app, so that puts UV1 at a 3v2, and finally they're off to a good start in this round.
Yeah, if Cataclysm team come back and win this one, that's a big hit to the mental, but it doesn't look like they're going to. Like I said, the opening picks were the big problem with UV1, and now they have completely destroyed this A hit. And look at the utility. Cataclysm team have almost nothing left, so even if they do manage to get a kill or two, it's still going to be very hard to hold this bomb.
No.
Oh, no.
You almost never see that. That's hilarious. Flex, though, unfortunately, gets caught off by Badass moving straight at him. Be able to take him down. They will get this plant off at the very least, which for Cataclysm in that situation, you'll definitely take Vampy if they're going to take down Tomacino, take down Delos, and then Alpha goes down, and all of a sudden it's 3v1 in a round that looked almost for sure in UV1's favor. They're suddenly dealing with Cataclysm playing well here, but Aglet takes down the one behind him. So he's got two in front on site that he's got to be able to take down. One flash, one smoke. Throws down that smoke, but Mei-chan will find him and take him out, and that is a round that hurts a whole lot for UV1.
Yep, really hurts, and they're going to just slam another pause right away. Because that's very demoralizing. But Cataclysm team, got to compliment them. Just crosshairs in the right spot. Fundamentals on point, and unexpected victory. Maybe a little bit of nerves, a little bit of antsiness peeking out into their crosshairs and not being able to trade properly. It was surprising that player who came on to A to challenge Alpha did down. Considering all the time he had, that wouldn't normally happen. So, yeah, I don't want to I don't want to take too much away from this, but I can say Cataclysm team are playing very, very well right now. And in particular, Mei-chan there on 12 frags in 9 rounds. Really impact frags, too. He is winning aim duels with those frags.
Yeah, and it's just been really, really a thorn in the side of UV1, and they haven't been able to kind of come up with an answer for what this player is doing to them. Just... sometimes you just flick really good. And that kind of seems to be coming through. Mei-chan, I also recall, I believe that was his spray transfer from a few rounds ago, too. That was just, absolutely nutty. And right now, when a player is this much on point, you got to find a creative way to shut down. And UV1 have done that. They've whenever they seen a player really, really strong, they found creative ways to, as a team, take them out. And I'm hoping they can figure that out here once again.
They're going for a nade stack. You can see everybody's bought a nade.
Oh, that's one way to try to do it as a team. Again, Soda down on the nade snap, but he's going to be able to spray down 2 again. Eventually, Egglet and Alpha take 2 for themselves, so we're at even numbers, but not before Zap takes out a couple more, and then Toke 1B will finish the last one. An 8-2 lead for Cataclysm. But of course, that was an eco. Let's see what UV1 can do with rifles here.
I like the pistol rush. They got a bunch of kills there. That was definitely not nothing. They got the trades they needed. They maybe got a little bit out of their system with that round. Just run up, start firing your huge pistol at the enemy, and get a few kills out of it. Get your get that serotonin from your name showing up on the kill feed, and go into a gun round fresh. And Flex pick back up the op. I like this. I don't like to see Flex off the op too much.
Yeah, because we just know the potential is so there, right?
Exactly. Yep.
That we want to see it. Meanwhile, Vampy in a cheeky spot right by quad here. They're throwing a molly.
There on the player peeked out just as he pulled out the molly and still had to throw it instead of switching back. Did dissuade the player, but that's a free kill for Vampy if the timing had just been a little bit better for him.
4 stack over here in Banana though. So they're going to start making the hit now. Deimos having to deal with Smalley right in front of him. Smokes it out. Egglet on top of Planter. Does take down 1. He's being spotted out. Tries to jump down. Is able to take down Toke 1B. Tries to reload here as we watch Deimos get taken out. But Egglet moves his way back in the church. And is shooting through that smoke in case anyone is over there. Does have some rotations from their friends. So they are here. Let's see if they could take this one out. 4v3. Smoke coming from Egglet. Matito, though, in a great spot. Will take him down and then gets the wall bang onto Flex. Alpine and Vampy left.
Crazy shot. No, they're just coming in together. They need these trades. They need better than trades.
Yeah, Alpite's got to do something real special here. And unfortunately, we won't see anything real special. Zap finishes that one off. Cataclysm now up 9-2.
And it seems like Cataclysm are just on one. That was insane from Tomatito there. That second shot, just absolute madness coming out around that corner. So, yeah, this momentum probably can't last forever. I'm guessing. So, UV1 going to struggle in Inferno, but yeah, the map's not over yet, and also this kind of momentum usually doesn't last an entire series. This is pretty tough.
And again, I believe this is Cataclysm's map pick, and as we watch Deimos finish off Badass in the smoke there, but Nichan able to get one through the smoke for themselves too as well. But it's a rough start for UV1, but again, that's why we want to see what they can do in best of 3s, because yeah, Inferno hasn't been the best map for them, and currently we're seeing that. And not that this map is over. I hate to talk like that, but but still, we're thinking about it.
They look weaker than Cataclysm on it right now, for sure. So definitely something to think about. Deimos did recover the AK in this round.
True.
So Deimos has been pretty quiet so far today. Definitely looking to pick it up, and maybe the responsibility of holding onto this rifle will help, but Alpha has the responsibility now.
Alpha gets a little bit of damage on the Toke 1B, but they still get access to Long once again, and looking like they're going to start using that to get a nice hit onto the side. But here's Vampy with the Deagle, able to pick off one. Flex, meanwhile, was also able to grab Zap on the other end, and then Alpha grabs one more. So Nichan, last one standing, Vampy takes him out. Huge eco round for UV1, and that is exactly the medicine that they needed to get themselves right back into this one.
And really well played, too. They swarmed the attackers. Just amazing work. They didn't even nade Deimos' rifle at all. Just the Deagles. They found the perfect angles that they needed, and Cataclysm did not have the utility. They are spending a lot of utility early. We've seen a lot of late rounds where every piece of utility from Cataclysm has been used already. And when you are able to delay them that much, then you can take advantage by sitting in those angles and making those crossfires. And if you don't have something to smoke it off, you're going to be vulnerable to those headshots. So great work by UV1 to identify that. Great sign for them. Like you said, they needed to break that win streak really badly, and now they're going to get another full buy here.
Yeah, absolutely huge. And, UV1, sometimes they're a little bit like Counter Logic Gaming. You need to start doubting them, and then they start playing well for you. So
yeah, lose to a mediocre team and then beat a great one.
Yeah.
Definitely can. You know, that unexpected victory do sometimes live up to their own name as well.
yeah, they're getting this hit towards the B site, but maybe they're gonna wrap all the way around through the back of Church and Garden here to get a better angle over at these two. And it's a strategy that completely worked as they eliminate the defense on the B site and get this bomb plant.
Yeah, Eglin and Deimos keep switching back between these two setups, and that one is very, very much countered by what Cataclysm team just did, but it's not over yet.
Yeah, sometimes you just counter by shooting them. Good. So we're back to a 3v3, and they have the potential to make this one, but Tomatito's in an aggressive spot here. Thank goodness Vampy pre-fired around that corner, as now he's trying to wrap around through Garden. Alpha trying to play aggressively right through it, but Zap will take him down.
Well played.
Can they get onto this? That bomb is taken away. Zap picks up another frag here in this round. Nichan will take down Flex in the end, and just in time for him not to blow up to the bomb themselves. So Cataclysm go up 10-3 as we head into round 14.
That was a great play by Zap to avoid the flash there. Pushed up aggressively as soon as he heard it bounce. Got on the other side, so even though the player had turned away, he still managed to get around it and not get flashed as well. That's just really, really nice individual stuff from Zap there. This Cataclysm team seems to be very dangerous. They've got a lot of depth. A lot of these players making great heads-up individual plays, and they've clearly got a really skilled roster.
Yeah, they're definitely showing what they're capable of here. We got a quasi buy right now for UV1, as we saw either with that UMP, of course, and Flex relegated to the French FAMAS. But they are basically trying to force out these last couple of rounds here and maybe take a couple more before the half, because 10-5 really wouldn't be that bad, as they at least get this round started off nicely. Badass trying to get up here.
It's a bit of a missed smoke there. It's supposed to fall. I think they meant it to fall more in the middle of the hallway.
Ooh. Instantly take down 2 UV1 members. Take down 3 as Deimos goes down there as well. So they're getting onto the site as the bomb is walking up banana and now right there. So can Alphite and Vampy do anything here against 4 members of Cataclysm?
Yeah, there is the argument to just save. Go for the last. Now I think it's almost inevitable to save.
Oh, well, Alphite does kill 2. And one of them is very, very low as well. But unfortunately, Tomatito just catches Alphite off guard there. And here we are into round 15, last round of the half. Feel like UV1 just really want to steal this one at least set up that comeback potential.
Yeah, they are going to get one last buy here, so definitely they can do it, but their utility is sorely lacking, unfortunately. So 11-4 is the best they can do. Not a good start for unexpected victories playoffs, but we have to remember this is a best of 3, and Nuke, their best map, is coming up next. So definitely don't count them out just yet, but Cataclysm team do look very, very dangerous here. They've got just that, you know, that these are just really, really good players. So just kind of know what, you know, that's kind of what it comes down to.
Really good players and potentially one of their best maps, because they did play a bunch of this in the regular season. So,
But half their games were on Inferno, so they might be relying on this a little bit. I mean, clearly that's part of it. You look a lot better when it's a map you've played a million times.
Yeah, yeah. Like, you watch Vampy walk up here, take down Coke. Unfortunately, kind of switching guns there. But
what is that? That is crazy to have 2 players in that hallway in apps.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. It's why just not expecting it. Exactly. But 1 for 1. Let's see if that leaves enough for UV1 to be able to defend this as we watch Alpha throw the molly and head back down towards Pit. And they're starting to walk once again over towards Short this time and getting right on the site. Alpha gets taken down, so it's just Flex by himself here trying to hold this down. Here's an army walk towards him. He nails the bomb carrier. He can get another one. Can take out Zap, and Flex coming out huge.
Amazing 3K there from Flex. Really shaky, though. You can see he's just so stiff on the mouse right now, but does manage to grab it, and Tomatito's way behind. They need to play this carefully, though, because both UV1 players are
Tomatillo sees Deimos out there. Does Flex use that? Flex stays still. I thought he'd use that opportunity to pop out, but he was playing for time.
It's time. Yep.
Okay, never mind. He's smarter than me.
Yep.
He's just a smarter player than I am.
He didn't hear the plant. He knows all I got to do is live. I got 20 HP. Do not reveal my position.
Yeah.
It's going to be UV1, and even that round win is tough. Great play by Flex there to kill all 3 of those players, and Cataclysm have been hitting those, so maybe this is, a sign that their momentum is slowing down a little bit. I might be grasping at straws a little bit there, though, too, because Cataclysm team look so good right now. I do not envy Unexpected Victory playing against this team. It feels like they are just on one, and they are so strong on Inferno, clearly. So UV1, T-side Inferno is amazing for them. They really, their comebacks have happened on the T-side in many cases. So this is their first great challenge of the playoffs, and it comes right up at the beginning. Can they make it happen? Can they get rid of Inferno so all they have to do is win on Nuke, and then they're moving on?
Yeah, they are definitely in a tough one. It's always a question of do we GG go next here on this one when you're in that best of 3, and sometimes that's a thing that can save your mental, but at the same time, sometimes in a best of 3, even if they don't say win this map, but say they still make this one close, that still does enough to send a message to the other team that, like, you're gonna have a next rough couple of maps. So UV1 really want to get off to a hot start here. I think even if they don't win this round, let's just say they win 2-1 in the rounds, which would not be enough for them to win it, but that would definitely make it close and interesting. I think you would send a good message to your own team that, hey, you're ready to play in this one, you're not tilted, you're ready to go, and map number 2 could be set up really nicely. So that's one of those things you got to think about, is that, like, even though this map looks doomed right here, you can still give yourself some momentum into map number 2.
Yep, exactly. And the last thing you want is to get the enemy team in a position where they're feeling good, where they're confident, where they know, or they're peeking corners knowing they're going to hit, It's just, we've seen UV1 be in that position themselves so often, and one thing that hasn't happened to them very often is their opponent has been there in that kind of mental state that where you just kind of feels like every bullet's just magnetized your opponent. The Cataclysm team are kind of getting dangerously close to that spot. They're getting dangerously close to that situation, so it's the kind of thing that UV1 definitely wants to avoid. So yeah, they got to come in hot in this T side. It's so critical. Like you said, I think it has repercussions for the entire series that they get a bunch of rounds on this T side. You can't just, in the playoffs, single elimination, you cannot just say, all right, go next, we're giving up this map. It's not an option, and I know that UV1 are not going to be considering it one.
No, yeah, and I wanna see them have some fight here. Again, you could essentially win this half and be happy with yourselves, even if you don't win the map, and that could definitely do a whole lot. And then you gotta maybe revisit in the future what's going on in Inferno that's just, like, not working out so well for them, that a team kind of just, like, I wouldn't say they just, like, did the exact same strategy over and over again, but it was a situation where it didn't look like what they were doing was throwing off UV1 in a strategic sense, but just the execution of what Cataclysm team was doing was just far beyond what UV1's was, and it just brings the question of like, whether UV1 need to change something up with what they're doing on Inferno, or they leave Deimos and Egglet a lot on the B side, and we've seen them do some crazy stuff up there. Or maybe even that needs to change up. But you wouldn't make that change like mid map. But that's something you'd have to work out in scrims. But like, they just can't hold A site. So maybe you need one of those two to come and help hold the A site. They're having a lot of trouble dealing with people getting into A, getting through long. So yeah, maybe that means Deimos needs to be over there helping that out, but does that make your B site weak? It's tough. Obviously, I'm not the coach here, so I don't have all the answers, but it's been a problem enough, and I think we've just seen enough of a sample size of it for UV1 on this map that they don't quite have it.
Yeah, talking about the B defense coming up with, they're definitely going to be playing more Inferno. The other thing that doesn't happen with the unexpected victory B setup on Inferno on the CT side is that they never play at top. Almost never anyway. They never do an op or even Deimos, you know, we know he likes the AUG. Totally could use that. They almost always go instead for the crossfire with either they go Egglet on planter and Deimos at oranges, or they do them both kind of on the boxes there, stacked up. They almost never play anybody at the corner, and they almost also never play anybody at coffins or just in construction back in church/construction there. So it's interesting. I mean, those aren't particularly difficult spots to play compared to what they're playing right now. What they're doing right now is more difficult than it would be to just hold those angles and try to, take them out. Now that stuff often gets mollied off, and that's why they do play these positions, because it survives executes. But at the same time, Cataclysm team was doing some executes, but they didn't do them every round. There is, it is available for you to sit in those positions. So I wonder if Unexpected Victory will look at this VOD and think maybe we can, Egglet and Deimos are very good, very flexible players. Maybe they can think about that instead of switching just back and forth between those two setups.
Yeah.
By the way, just a little delay here. We did have Cataclysm team did have a player leave the server. Looks like they're back now, so we should be getting into this right away.
Yeah, hopefully. And the other thing too, just still talking more on UV1 CT side since we have so much time here. They definitely just give up a lot of map control on this map. Like they don't challenge Banana whatsoever. They basically just sit in pit and on site on A. So they kind of just like let the other team go wherever they want. And I understand it in the sense that like this is a team that does tend to just hold angles pretty well, but they give up a lot of map control that like teams just clearly have so far been able to just walk into there. And again, maybe they've tried being more aggressive on the defense and scrims and it just doesn't work out for them. I don't know, but it would be something I would like to see get shored up maybe in the future. But they're on the T side now, so let's see how they are able to perform right here. As we watch Zap being in the middle of this A site, getting a little bit of damage now, trying to run away, but they're going to be able to get on top of here. Zap does find Deimos, who is wrapping around towards long here, but Flex is getting this bomb plant off. They got to defend against all five.
Yeah, nice heads-up play by Zap to get that kill. I mean, UV1 still have what they wanted out of this round. They got the plant, they got on site, but now comes the retake, and there is a smoke for Toke 1B, so what can Egglet do here?
Yeah, Egglet finds a nice shot there. Nachan's gonna jump on the box and somehow grabs a couple. Badass also finishes off Vambi, but Egglet is trying to hold this down as best he can. He's got 3. There's 2 left for him. The bomb does get defused. Nachan will then walk around smoke and finish off that last frag. He gets himself 3K as well, so Cataclysm win the pistol round and are up 12-4.
Yeah, Nightchan is good. That was amazing. 21 frags on the game, and yeah, this is crazy. That swing right there was so heads up. And yeah, Cataclysm team do a nice job defending and retaking there. UV1 get a plant, so they're going to save up here on Deagles and then go on to guns next round. Meanwhile, it's full SMGs besides Nachan there, who got a bunch of kills for the side of Cataclysm. So we're likely going to 13-4 here. So yeah, UV1, they would have loved to grab that pistol round to give themselves a little bit of a buffer.
Yeah. Definitely would have felt a little more comfortable here. Toke 1B is able to spray down 2. Zap grabs another one. Zap back grabs 2. But it won't be enough for UV1 to do anything there. They get a couple frags, but Cataclysm go up 13-4. Now UV1 here pretty close to just force every round kind of situation here. But hopefully they can just win out a round and just be happy.
Yeah, they are against the bonus this time, so definitely wanted to pick this one up. And then, yeah, if they want 2 rounds in a row here at the very and it looks like A has definitely been there. Like you said, they're not taking control of Banana on T side that much either. In addition to
they're starting to walk forward here, get at least control of mid. Flex walks up and finds Badass coming right at him, so we'll finish that one off, give themselves the first pick of this round, and they're getting
6 HP left on Flex. They do have the nades left to execute if they want. But still kind of defaulting, and I like this because they know Cataclysm is on those SMGs, and so they are expecting potentially some sort of push or some sort of, corner piece.
Oh, Vampy walks up and grabs one.
Nice
Weeaboo,
flash by Egglet there.
you're seeing 0 kills. I think because of a DC and re-entering, I think it doesn't put your stats properly. So, no, Deimos does not have 0 kills in this one. We've definitely watched him get a couple. More than a couple. But anyway.
Yeah, it's just it's just a bug from the server.
Ooh, Tomotito. I like saying the name Tomotito, I'm not going to lie.
It is fun.
It is a fun one.
By the way, really low HP on a couple of UV1 members. Very dangerous against the FAMAS and the...
You wanting to talk about the game, me want to talk about people's names, but Egglet, that's a good name to call out as he takes down Nichan. They're starting to walk onto the site now as Deimos finds the other target. Egglet takes down Tomotito himself, and clean execute by UV1. They only lose 1 there and win a round.
Yep, very well played there against the bonus. They do exactly what they need, and that's going to be Cataclysm. And I say bonus, but actually Cataclysm had to buy a significant amount of guns last round, so they're going to be on a full save, basically, just a little bit of armor and some deagles. So UV1 looking for another round here on their full loadout of gear.
And here we go. UV1 have been comeback kids in the past. They're trying to make that one happen.
A slow T-side here. They are going to play default all day long. That's what UV1 like to do in a comeback situation. They don't go for these crazy plays. Fundamental.
Ooh, Alfight finds the better of Badass, who they tried to go for a crazy play, playing real aggressive. I wonder if they're going to catch Tomotito. Alfight's respecting it, which is very, very good of Alfight.
I think they heard him walking. I think they heard 2 sets of footsteps.
Ooh, Vampy, nice shot.
As they continue taking players out. Oh,
Nichan, yeah, realizing they tagged Vampy, just runs up there with the USP to secure that kill. But the hit is continuing on to the B site now as the 4 members of UV1 are up against the 2 that are kind of behind. Egglet, though, also trying to track in from behind the enemy team.
Egglet's going to be able to destroy this banana presence, and that means UV1 basically got the round for free because they are not expecting a player to have still been in apps. So yeah, for free, and that's going to be only Tokib left remaining on 16 HP. He's going to back off, and he's got to save a deagle with armor. So nice result there for UV1.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously winning a round fairly cleanly, only losing 1 is what this UV1 team need, and yeah, they're going to start chipping away at this one. Like I said, they don't have to win this map.
Yep,
but they have to.
They've got a buffer.
They have to fight, and I want to see what this fight is, and they're starting to show signs of that. Because again, their T side just kind of has been the better side for them in general this map and most maps realistically this season, and they just execute really, really well and get onto sites really, really well. And if they can show that off to Cataclysm, that's going to make Cataclysm worried about what a T side's going to look like on Nuke coming up.
Yeah, hey, got a bit of a follow train coming in here. Point Dexter, AGS, TTV, and Rabbit 5514.
Yeah, appreciate
Thanks,
it, folks. Thanks for coming down.
But yeah, it's again Cataclysm will go on to another save. I don't know what's going on with their economy. They've saved like 3 or 4 rounds in a row, it feels like. But they once again are not on guns, so it's going to be UV1 playing against no utility and very little armor in this round. So likely getting another one, but still, even though they see the money, they are still playing default, and a passive one at that. These are going to be long rounds. Tuck in, folks, because if you want to making this comeback, it is going the distance on Inferno.
Yeah, especially since we're at a best of 3. We might be in here for the long run as we're already like an hour into just our first map. Alfight finds 1. Badass trades, taking down Flex. As we watch, Vampy spray down 1, turns around the corner, takes a bunch of damage to him, switches over to the pistol, and looks like Zap will have to take him out as we're watching Alfight fight with Badass. So very interesting gunfight there, but UV1 are still up here, but Toke 1B makes these numbers pretty close. 2v2, Zapdo down to 5 HP and the bomb planted. See if Deimos and Alfight can hold down this plant.
Yeah, they've got 2 mollies, so definitely will be able to delay this pretty well, especially now that one of the smokes has gone down. This molly goes out, stops 1 player.
Yeah, gonna slow them down
got
a
extinguished.
bit.
Both smokes down.
Yep, Toke 1B trying to watch the corners. Will find the back of Alphite here, who's looking out the other way. So it's just Deimos left here. And Molly not quite finding the mark. Toke 1B is going to be able to finish him off. No kit, but I think this is enough time.
I think he's got it. Yep.
Beep, 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 beep,
A
beep, beep,
little
beep,
close,
beep.
but-
It's close, but it's not. He's got it.
Wow, that was very close to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but really,
0.09,
unlucky there
actually. Way closer than I thought it was. But yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Tokib who went around the corner and just got a crazy 1D on a player in mid, kind of a running 1D, a little bit lucky, honestly. So that's just sucks for UV1 because like that you can't control that. Sometimes a player just Ferrari peeks you and manages to hit them random headshot. But they are still on a full buy, and it's Zap onto the op now. So Zap versus Deimos here, who's gone onto the op for mid.
Yeah. Oh, Vampy gets it started. He's just
Zap
walking
loses.
right up there. Got to be able to get right in their face. That's what you want to see. We need to see Vampy kind of start taking things over here. He tries to find that quick scope there. Egglet, meanwhile, on the other side of the map, actually we're able to pick up one as we watch Nichan eventually take down Vampy here.
Yeah, there's method to the madness because a player has gotten into a site way over on the side.
Flex able to
Egglet
trade. There's Alphite is able to take down Badass, but does leave Tomotito last one standing as they're bringing this bomb now over towards the A site. And Tomotito trying to make some noise here, throws it the flash. Does have another one and a smoke and a molly, but is going to just grab this op and be happy he can keep it.
Yeah, he's got his full armor. And, you know, it looked a little wild from Vampy. Normally he plays more calculated, even though he is, you know, kind of a gunslinger of a player. He still doesn't normally just randomly jump peek through a smoke like that.
No, yeah,
But in
yeah.
this case, what he did was distract the players in mid from Egglet, who was already pushing way into the site. So the trades came through and they killed the mid players anyway, but if they hadn't, Egglet was behind them to get those kills for free again. He's playing really sneaky today. I really like the way Egglet's been playing this site and or this map, I mean.
Yeah.
Definitely looking like one of the most kind of heads up and experienced players, which of course he is. So it makes sense that he would be the one who wouldn't let the pressure get to him quite as much. And indeed, there's Egglet top fragging with the 18. So yeah, definitely looking great. And you've said he's been on a streak right now. It just continues here, and we know Egglet knows what he's doing in a playoff situation.
Yeah, Egglet keeps getting better as the season has kind of gone on, and kind of one of the unfortunate things is if you tell me without me like looking at the map score or anything like that, you go, oh, Egglet's having one of his better games, I assume UV1's winning. Because when Egglet is having one of his better games, that means just like everything is clicking, and not that like I almost make it sound like Egglet's bad by saying it that way, but that's not what I mean. Because I think Egglet's so steady that
his teammates.
Yeah, I think Egglet is so steady that when he like steps up and then has one of his better games, it's just an unreal performance after that point. And so it almost feels a little bit of a waste to get this good of a performance with Egglet when the rest of the team isn't quite there. And yeah, we just haven't quite seen it from anyone else.
I disagree. He's keeping it. He's keeping them in it right now.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
Egglet
playing
is
real
the
good.
One who is definitely like the reason they have a chance here at this current point. It's not just that he's top fragging. It's the way he's getting those kills, the positions he's getting on the map. Really impressive stuff. Now, it's a 4 versus 4 as once again Vampy went down to the Eagle of Nichan. And Egglet, wow, just takes a headshot as well.
Yeah, but they're able to start walking up here as Egglet is able to get a few bonus kills. There's Egglet. He's got himself a 20 bomb after that 3K. And he's, you know what? Scratch everything. Egglet is just here to carry this team, and I'm all for
On
it.
2 HP!
Yeah.
On 2 HP, he's like, you want to hit me? Hit me once. I dare you. And finally he gets hit through the smoke, but still, amazing from Egglet there. They needed to hit him with 1 bullet, and he did not give them the time. He was too fast, baby, for that to happen. So Cataclysm is going to take another loss. They're going to hang on to that op for 1 more round unless UV1 decide to go hunting, but I don't think they're in the state of mind to do that. They're just going to back off and keep what they found. So it's going to be 14-8. UV1 getting closer and closer to kind of a respectable scoreline here, and we knew the T side would look a little bit more poised, and they also do seem to be warming up into this a little bit, winning these aim duels the way they often do.
Yeah. And we're seeing a huge step forward from Egglet, and hopefully that's going to inspire the rest of the crew here in this one. Again, those 3 kills from Damos he's got more than that. But I don't know how much he actually has, but a little bit of a bug from a DC and reconnecting, so it's not showing his true score. So he's not that far behind.
Both have it.
Yeah, both of them, their scores are incorrect. So all that being said, it's still looking like we're waiting for someone else to step out, and maybe that's Alpha, as he's gotten that done. And all of a sudden, 2 people have died. Zap able to find a nice 1D there, but they definitely have access to that B side here as Vampy is playing over here in apartments. Gonna throw down that molly and exit from this situation as the bomb gets planted, and Vampy goes around the world and takes down Zap, just playing mind games with his opponent.
Oh, he's just making so much noise over there. He is just jumping up on the table, you know, taking off his shirt, swinging his tie around, and the Cataclysm team are so distracted they don't realize that in the back room the heist is happening.
Yeah.
The bomb plant went out on B, and they couldn't even deal with Vampy in time. So great work there by UV1, and yeah, you know, impressive stuff by Vampy to distract all those players. They did win against the Eco. That's going to be Cataclysm back onto the guns, so they're going to be able to challenge UV1 at equal strength now. But Damos still on the op, and Vampy, you know, if he starts to pick up, then Cataclysm definitely have a problem on their hands.
Yeah, and it started off with a nice pick from Alpha to start off the round 2 as well. So everyone, starting to get into it. If they bring this to double digits, hey, they're doing exactly what I said they needed to do to look like they belong in this playoff matchup. And right now, Cataclysm is probably sweating at least a little bit here.
Yep. Yeah, one way to look at this is that Cataclysm need 2 rounds against UV1's Inferno T side, which is like, you know, it seems like it's close because they got close, but getting 2 rounds against UV1 on full guns is really hard. And UV1 have full guns for at least 2 more rounds with the money they've got put up. So Cataclysm team, they are close to the victory, but they've got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to be easy still here, and UV1 don't want to make it easy. In fact, I know they're thinking about it. The map's not over, and
yep.
You see this time for time again. What impresses me the most is the absolutely beautiful mentals of the Peace team on UV1. They're ready to go for it, and 30 seconds left to go. They have yet to really decide on a hit here. They're still trying to see if they can find a pick, but they're running out of time now as Alpha is walking over here. They did get that one shot into the B site, but the bomb is over by A, so their hit is still going to be coming over that way. They did make Zap kind of move in one direction, but Toke 1B is holding us down with Nachan. They will get that done. Flex, though, finds one, picks the bomb back up here. Toke 1B is still on site and is an absolutely nightmare position for Flex, as he will take them down. Time runs out. Cataclysm will get to map point 15-9.
Yeah, very unfortunate there. Alpha did get the pick onto B, and Cataclysm team, to their credit, nerves of steel right there, because there was a pick on B. They knew that the time was ticking down, and they still continued their rotation back to A so that they would have 2 players on that site, even though UV1 were trying to throw the fake. So nice job there by Cataclysm team to respond correctly to that one. But Nichan once again just on the deagle here.
I'll fight. Trying to run forward here.
Last time.
Yeah. They want to do that, and Damos comes back here to pick up the bomb, and now map point does put quite a bit of pressure here for UV1, but I still believe that they'll pick up a couple more rounds here at the very least before this one's over, and, you know, again, just continue fighting, continue fragging over this. Like you said, it's hard to take multiple rifle rounds in a row against UV1, and they have the money for it.
Yeah, they've got another round in the bank yet, but they obviously can't lose another one anyway.
Yeah. Vampy.
Zap just kind of flashed himself.
Yeah, well,
flashed his teammate.
Yeah, Zap trying to go for a flash just to get in there, but I think they timed that a little bit awkwardly.
Yeah, Vampy turns away well too.
And Vampy gonna be here making Zap nervous as Nichan does meet up with Egglet. Oh, what a shot by Nichan to finish him off. Meanwhile,
I think he's gotten at least 1 kill every single round.
Yeah.
This guy is so good.
Yeah, it's been definitely a nightmare to deal with him. Damos here does find a way to take down their best player. So we still have Zap, though, who's doing a real job on that site, but he gets taken out by Vampy. So this will put UV1 into double digits, and
they're gonna maintain the guns, and actually it looks like Cataclysm will probably have to save here. UV1 have the bank that they might want to go hunting and remove this op. Doesn't look like they're going to in the end, but still. Oh, could be a catch here. That reveals his position. Now he's gonna have to back off here, and maybe is a little bit threatened. But yeah, UV1 now are going to probably go up to 11 after the next round because they're going to be up against the eco.
Yeah, Badass getting punished for firing his gun basically earlier, but he does pick up one. Looking to grab Vampy. He will take out Vampy as well, so he's doing plenty of damage now. Alphite will eventually finish him off. But
it's worth it, I think.
Yeah, he's pretty happy he was able to take down two. Like UV1 do have a decent amount of cash, but not like not full buy for everyone cash. So some people are gonna have to have less utility or less armor or something. So
I think it was still worth it for them to remove the op. For them to hunt there, even though they lost two. Nice little play there to make it a little bit more costly. But still, I like that from UV1. Now, huge rush down mid from Cataclysm.
Yeah, they're just running at it, but Deimos there is going to be able to stuff that out. Vampy also bringing them down, and, well, I would name a bunch of names who got kills, but really it was just a slaughter, at least for this round. UV1 within 4.
Yeah, you know, it's looking like something right now. I'll say that. That's as committal as I'm gonna get. It looks like something here. UV1 have done great on the T side as we knew they would. Now, this round is a big one, obviously, because they are up against full rifles. There will be another save if they win here, even with max loss bonus, but it's going to be all uphill from here for UV1. They are done. You know, they broke the economy, and now it's sort of been reset. So after this next save, yeah, UV1 are going to be up against gun rounds. But there we go. Op on Deimos once again. It looks like that's been the decision. Flex just feeling more like a rifler today, and he's doing pretty well.
Yeah. Definitely nothing to snuff out since UV1 having much better T side than they did defending. And here's Zap under quad, trying to deal with Vampy and Deimos here. Flash is coming out. He's going to force Zap here back a little bit, so they should be able to get on site.
Full flash takes.
Oh, Vampy!
I don't know why Zap peaked again.
Yeah.
That's only the FAMAS down, but still, very, very weird play from Zap, who's been great so far.
Now can Vampy just, you know, be himself? That's what you're looking for there, while the rest of the team is moving towards that B site.
Yeah, he hasn't been quite himself yet, has he? But
we've seen a couple rounds of it here and there, but it hasn't been the Vampy show that we've maybe seen a few times. As they're starting to make this hit here, Tito trying to spray down. He gets himself down to 11 HP and is forced to back away. Meanwhile, Vampy coming in with a big flank here. And this might be classic Vampy. He takes down one. Egglet, though, will finish off the other one. In fact, and Egglet continues his great map as he picks up 2 in this round now. Toke 1B, just happy to save this M4.
I have to go back and rewatch that round. My color casting skills failed me, and I did not see Vampy. He had to be sprinting down through the A site to get behind them that close, and just free kills, free round, courtesy of the Vampy flank. Amazing stuff there by him, and UV1 go up to 12 rounds. So like I said, that's going to put Cataclysm team on probably another save. They did keep this gun, so there's something to be said for maybe forcing up here and just trying to finish it off, but they just inch ever closer, ever closer, Johnny, to that key 15-round mark. 3 rounds away.
And they're looking to do that. I could see a hero rifle situation here. Maybe you just throw this onto Nichan, or maybe Took 1B decides to keep it. Who knows? But, yeah, UV1. Just they're putting the doubt in Cataclysm's heads right now.
Yes.
They're looking.
Even if they lose this map, it's way better for unexpected victory here after this.
Yeah.
Than if they had gone down without too much of a fight.
Vampy, meanwhile, doing more. Doing more than just putting up a fight. Looking to be a hero today as he grabs that one. Flex, meanwhile, he's on point. Taking out Tomotito. 5v3 now. Badass tries to come out there with his USP, which If he had a better gun, that might have worked out, but Flex is able to take him down there. Toke 1B's got a great angle onto Eglin here. That hero rifle coming out, but it's eventually taken down. Nichan, though, hits a nice deagle shot to get the trade. 3v1 right now, as Nichan trying to walk up Banana, but Alphite will finish him off. UV1 with plenty of cash, too, so they don't mind that even those couple frags went through, but Cataclysm now, they're going to get a full buy here. They're going to want to close it out in this round.
Yeah, a full buy. Eyes on Nichan. In these kind of map point situations with full guns, we got to look to those star players. And right now for the entire server, and especially Cataclysm, that is Nichan for sure. He has pulled out some ridiculous stuff, and his team is relying on him to do it again.
They're trying to stop an aggressive push there, using a lot of utility onto Banana. In fact, they've stacked 3 over onto that side this time, and see how that works out for them. In fact, Nichan's actually rotating back over to kind of his default spot on the other side. So UV1 playing this one out patiently again. You touched on it a lot, that UV1 will play this out patiently and extend these rounds. So exactly what they're doing. Flex trying to find a pick through the smoke. Badass takes a little bit of damage.
Yeah, it was a poor smoke. It was just sort of a reactionary one. Wasn't very well planned out, and you could see there's a gap in it to the left. So definitely Badass not loving that, getting down to 62 HP, but it's not that big a deal. The thing that is a bit of a bigger deal is the lack of utility left on Cataclysm. All they've got is 2 flashes and a smoke to defend against 5 players from UV1 who've got quite a bit more available to them for these hits.
Yeah, they definitely use all their utility for any sort of early push, but UV1 weren't there, simply put. So it's working out for them now. But they have 30 seconds here. Last time a round went this long, it did not work out for UV1, but they got to start making their hit now. And it's looking like they're going towards the A side as they're getting access to long now.
No way they're trying to round.
Yeah, I don't think they have time for that. They got to get on this side and get on it fast. Deimos opens up the round with a nice op shot. As they're trying to deal with that. They only have 10 seconds left here. They don't got a whole lot of time. Deimos is going to pick up 1 more, but Nichan will grab 2. And you said it. Best player's got to be the best player. That's what Nichan is. He gets taken down, but that's not enough time. Cataclysm do win this one 16-13, but UV1 send them a message that they're ready for nuke.
Amazing attempt there by UV1, but yeah, that is incredible from Cataclysm, the way they played. And we do want to point out that's their map pick, and it's a huge map for them. They play that. It looked like they played it in pretty much like 50% of their regular season matches. Yeah, there's just Inferno all over this page right now. So to be fair, that is... Looking at this page, they almost look like an Inferno one-trick team. It's ridiculous how much they play it. So the fact that UV1 still got that close against what's clearly an excellent team on by far their best map, we're going to nuke next, Johnny. Let's put it like that.
Yeah, we definitely are, as I am the worst producer in the world, so I forgot to turn on studio mode, but everyone just got to watch me type. We're going to set up game number 2 in a moment here, folks. UV1 got to do the reverse sleep to win this one, but they're on a very, very confident map for them in Nuke. And, folks, we'll see you all soon. We'll be back in a few moments when that gets started.
All right.
I think I love you too much. I think I miss you too much. Are these feelings taking over me? I don't wanna know where I might be without you. Very sad crying all alone in the bathroom. I just wanna be by your side all the time, standing tall, your hand in mine. I don't wanna know where I might be without you, 'cause you can lift me up, babe. shake your head. Saw it coming cause you know me best. There's nowhere else I'd rather be than right here with you. Promise, please, you won't go anywhere without me. You got my heart. You got my heart. You got my heart. You got my heart. You got my We know thrills at 17, chasing every high, jumping off, no safety net. No, we be fire. I know when did we grow up and start to say no thrills for me. Just trying to keep my heart from racing all the time. No thrills for me. Just setting all this panic in my mind. I got filters in my head, locks on all my doors. Scared of losing what I have. I don't risk things anymore. When did I wake up and start to say no thrills for me. Just trying to keep my heart from racing all the time. No thrills for me. Just setting all this panic in my mind. No thrills for me. No thrills for me. Just trying to keep my heart from racing all the time. Setting all this panic in my mind. Promise, I swear I've been doing fine. No, I'm not alone and feeling like no thrills for me. Just trying to keep my heart from racing all the time. No thrills for me. Just setting all this panic in my mind. 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 Oh, oh, No thrills for me. No thrills for me. Take all your banners, they say paint them white, and promise you will wave them when the sky is falling down. We mind the manners, not our heads, but if we're honest, all our flags are miles behind us on the ground. And I wouldn't have it any other way, any other way. If I don't know a thing about love, I know about us. No, I wouldn't have it any other way, any other way. If I don't know a thing about love, I know about us. rest we'll figure out. All the rest we'll figure out. All the rest we'll figure.
Okay, and we are back here for game number 2, map number 2, on to Nuke. UV1 and Cataclysm team. UV1 almost pull off the great comeback, coming in within 3. It ends up being 16-13 for Cataclysm on notably Cataclysm's best map for sure. UV1, Nuke, arguably their best map. They're just so good at a few different maps that you're just like, yes, might be it, but you can make arguments for others. So now UV1, this is their map pick. It's going to be CT side for Cataclysm to start as they pick that side. And we'll see if UV1 can pull it together.
Yeah, we definitely will. And yeah, we're headed on to Nuke now. So it definitely is UV1. You said it before, Johnny, at the end of that last map. They made a statement on that T side for sure, that they are not going down without a fight. Before we keep talking about that, while we've got a moment, I will update, because Onerman just mentioned it in the chat. We do have a couple of results, just in case anybody's following any of the other ESEA teams. Pardon me. Some of the 2-0 matches have already finished, one of which is Lo-Fi Hip Hop Radio, which we will remember from a previous UV1 match. And UV1 did beat Lo-Fi Hip Hop Radio, so that's an interesting development there as well. If anybody's following these, there's some of these teams I don't recognize, but No Love Esports has gone through, Team CNB, and Esports Astros, and Nothing But Salt. All of those teams have gotten themselves through to the second round already. So, yeah, if this round goes the distance, as UV1's fans hope it will, we'll probably have, by the end of this series, we'll have the entire bracket to take a look at for the second round and see exactly who UV1's going to be facing up against next. They are going to be facing, as I just scroll up here, they are going to be facing the winner of Team Danico and UGK Esports, neither of which I really recognize the name of. So they're going to be facing a new opponent once again, if they do manage to move through on this one. And yeah, Nuke is up next. UV1, we did see Flex and Alpha a little bit slow to start on Inferno. They have been great on Nuke. Both of those players, these newcomers to the squad, have been excellent on this map as well. Vampy loves this map. It's just generally a great map for UV1. It's as close to the Cataclysm's Inferno as we probably could get. UV1 are just so comfortable on Nuke.
Yeah, and for folks have listened to these past a few times, you'll know I'll note this. UV1 just have lots of different strategy when it comes to this map, and it just really works out for them when on the T side. They just are able to switch up very nicely. They can play lobby, they can play outside really well. It's really hard to predict what UV1 is doing. I'd have fits if I was the IGL having to play against UV1, I think. And then when it comes to their CT side too on this map, they just hold down with the best of them. Alpha kind of singing Rams. He noted in our interview with him, sometimes it's boring, but sometimes when he sits there and they all walk into him, he gets a bunch of kills. So
sometimes it's boring and sometimes you drop 30.
Yeah. So you just kind of can hold that down really well. Up in heaven with the AUG, Deimos is usually sitting up there, being able to grab a lot of different angles as we watch out fight. Do that with a molly, but
I turned away, but the shenanigans they get up to in the warm up.
Yeah. But no, they definitely have that. We heard that speed door open. That's where a lot of the time you get to see Vampy play around there. I hope I'm not spilling strats right now, actually. But
I mean, we're talking about positions that do have to be played.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Deimos covering outside, these types of things. But yeah, you know, even if they did, I think that it's not the positions they play that really catch teams off guard.
They just play well.
It's more so, and it's the way they rotate, you know, that UV1, like you say, they are great at just holding angles on this map, but they also play the verticality of it really well. You mentioned that verticality, you know, you hate it. Lots of people hate it. It's hard. It's really hard to play. Really up and down, really like a lot of elevation changes on these maps. Even, you know, the likes of Mirage sometimes get people in terms of even just that amount of elevation, and Nuke has so much more.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know, UV1 play that really well. They almost never feel like they're disadvantaged by having to check all these different angles and move up and down, which is, it sounds like a basic thing, but moving your crosshair up and down is a lot more difficult than moving it side to side in terms of precision.
Yeah, because
so
you just...
What's something that they bring to the table that other teams have trouble dealing with.
And I think most people, you just simply have more reps moving it side to side than you do up and down. Because you're just like so hammered it on, just keep it right where his head's going to be. And just, swing left and right because you'll get that. So, like, people get so trained with that. That's why, like, the advent of, like, aim labs coming out and everyone practicing that so much has just made everyone better Counter-Strike players, right? Just because they actually get more reps looking up and down sometimes just by doing that. And that's a sort of a cheeky thing, but it's sort of like shooting free throws, right? Is aim labs, and so you get more reps doing some things that maybe you don't get as many in game if you only played in game. So UV1, yeah, they look like they hit up aim labs maybe more than other people, and that's why they play this map certainly better than some other people. So
or they just play a bunch of Nuke. Who knows?
Or they just keep lining up a Nuke. That could be a thing too as well.
So UV1 are starting on the T side here. Historically, actually, the T side, they end up getting more rounds, I think, in a lot of cases. They're great on the T side, even though they have these classic spots and classic highlight reel plays from the CT side of Nuke.
Yeah, well, and I think a large part of it is lots of people are uncomfortable defending this one, so they just are able to get on that. But Tomatito starts their round off pretty nicely to get that kill, so comes back to a 4v4. Aglet just runs right at Badass and taking him down. They're going to get a nice flash here. Aglet's going to go aggressively at them, but they're running away. And they're able to spot that one down. Aglet does trade, though, taking out Nichan as Zap takes him out. And then we watch Vampy take down Tomotito. Flex is able to get onto the A site. Now get this bomb. Plant Zap versus 3.
Oh, just ruthless from Aglet. Full sprint, just spraying his Glock into the doorway and gets the headshot as he runs forward. Then they keep going. Hang on, Zap's going to try for this, so I'll that play later, but that was amazing.
Yeah, Zap trying to get a few shots here. Ooh, finds a really nice one onto Vampy. But Flex just waiting right there for Zap to come down. He was going for the ninja strike from above, from the roof, but gun beats knife there.
Even with the knife out. I loved what UV1 did, though. They, instead of just like, okay, we've got access to this, we're going to go down to the bomb site, they actually, Eglet's just like, no, I'm flashing in. We're going to take these guys down right now. We're pushing, and they chase them all the way outside, run through a molly to get the last kill, and then it's only the one player shaking in his boots on Cataclysm team to remain. So just lovely little bit of kind of aggression. Once again, sending a message early on. They are not letting up right now, and Nuke is their pick, and they are going to show that, and they're going to demonstrate that very, very clearly here as they do go onto the bye up against the Scout from Nichan, the star player, but it's Tokib or Tok1B who opens up there with the Deagle.
Yeah, that's the start they want in this round for sure. So watch Badass holding out from ramp, and he gets a really nice headshot there. As we were talking earlier about just keep your cursor where the head is, and it working out for him.
Yeah, now 5 versus 3, definitely doable for Cataclysm here.
Yeah, they are very happy with the start of how this gone, and it's kind of awkward. Like when you pick up Galils, like I don't love Galils, and I do like the Deagles. We watch Nichan get a nice scout shot to take down Alpha, and that nade though will take down Nichan. So Vampy is here to pick up another as we watch Badass drop the bomb carrier and get around that corner with the help of Tomatito to finish off Vampy there. So nice round after losing the pistol for Cataclysm team to tie this one back up.
Yeah, UV1 just kind of ran into the angles, unfortunately, and it's just that they're kind of gauging what the setup's going to be for Cataclysm. Particularly Deimos going around into Mini from outside. There was a player just straight up waiting for that exact play. So Cataclysm did get a little lucky with their setup there, or potentially they've been scouting. Who knows? I mean, that is a possibility, of course, with UV1 kind of playing this map a lot. They could have been watching the stream and taking some notes. So in any case, Cataclysm definitely had the setup to deal with that. 1-1.
And one thing I want to note earlier, like just of my distaste of the Galils, we watch Flex pick one more kill up through Wood 4-4, is that like when you go Galil versus like Deagle, the Deagle just outranges you and beats you in that
Yep.
fashion, and then you're at a disadvantage for a gun you spent more money on, where you could have just like spent less money, got a UMP or something, got an SMG of some sort, and you basically at the same disadvantage where you would have more of an advantage at short range. So I don't know. I don't like the Galil. Maybe that's just a me thing, but
Fair enough. Some people love it. It can be useful for certain things, but it definitely does have its disadvantages,
Yeah.
which is why it's an eco weapon. Yeah, be at a lot of disadvantage here.
yeah, he's 1v3, and Tomatito will take him down, showing Nichan there, showing how to use the Galil, I guess, as he is able to pick up that one. Cataclysm up 2-1.
Yep, and that's going to be UV1 saving. They are, yeah, very unlikely to buy here. They are totally chilling right now. No big deal. They won the pistol and then lost the next two, which is kind of an unfortunate situation. But, you know, sometimes you lose against the force. It's just the way it goes. So they're going to probably take this loss as well and then go for gun rounds. But the op has already been picked up this time. Badass instead of Zap is holding on to that one. He's probably getting a free kill.
Jiggle peek from Alfight.
Ooh,
We'll do some damage,
nice
but
sense by Alfight.
yeah, I don't know if he knows still that he has an op though, so would be dangerous for him to go for that.
Yeah, he might have spotted it if he's got a keen enough eye. He could have seen that he has an op, even though it wasn't fired. But yeah, still very tough situation.
Yeet, yeet, yeah, just testing it a bit too often there. Badass, be able to fit it up. Now they for sure know he has an op, as he gets that first frag. Zap outside here. Gonna flash so that he can get a little bit of an angle here on Deimos, but isn't able to find that shot. Zappy's made himself available in the middle, but does get taken down as we watch Flex get picked off after he got himself at least one kill in this round. It's now Eglet by himself against 4.
Now, Eglet could vent drop for a plant here. He could vent dive. I don't know if he's going to, but that is an option. I would
down.
love to see it. I would love to see it. You can't go onto A site. Surely you know there's 2 players at the upper site. So
yeah, it's sort of that YOLO. Hey, we have at least get the plant. We get a little bit more cash here. He does try to kind of go for that, but he's
the other
playing
area
around.
that's open is actually ramp, but instead he is looking for an A hit.
He flashes, tries to give him access on site, but he's completely surrounded. Tomatito will just shoot him from the sky and take him down. And Cataclysm team take 3 in a row.
3-1, no surprise there. UV1 now get onto the buy, although you can see Eglet did force before a little bit too much. Maybe a bit of miscommunication, or Eglet's just fine to go onto the Galil. We know that Eglet does sometimes put the shotgun on CT side on this map, so not as common on T side though. Very difficult to use a shotgun on the T side of any map.
Here they're going for this rush. They're getting in it strong. Flex picks up the first kill. Vampy finds the second and turns around and grabs another. Huge play by Vampy so far, and he ain't done yet as he went through Hut, but just sees his own teammate. Badass, though, from Heaven does finally take down Vampy as he also throws out a nade that's going to be great and just take down Flex. Beautiful play by Badass here, as they are definitely have the ability to retake this one, but it is 2v3.
Yeah, 2v3, and this player, especially over next to Minibite, is going to create a lot of problems.
Badass, 3k in the round. Eglet finding Zap. Badass jumps down, but right for Deimos to clean it up here. Do they grab Zop? They decide not to. They leave that one behind and go for rifles again.
You almost never see a full rush from UV1. Very nice to see that kind of added to their bag of tricks here on Nuke. I love the flash from Deimos. Managed to get 2 or 3 players. And definitely 2 because Vampy got 2 kills for it. Just spinning around, doing his thing, just running out into the site and taking those players down. Now Nichan forced onto that Mag 7. And UV1 definitely have the advantage with weaponry once again. With the vent broken, that's going to be only 1 player really on the upper bomb site, but you do still have Badass in Heaven. So that's still UV1, definitely, like I said, with the superior weaponry and the superior utility, but not the superior player count right now, as Vampy has already gone down.
Yeah, Vampy playing around at Squeaky like he often does, but Tokibi is able to get the better of him. So they're at this numbers disadvantage now, as we see Deimos took a bit of a chip here. Is that fall damage?
It would be
I
a
don't
lot
know
for
who
fall damage,
shot
but I
him.
guess it's possible. I think he probably got shot.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm just not sure what hit him. But anyway, what's hitting Egglet right now is a scout, and Badass is now forced to run away from that. Egglet checking
like
behind him to the flank. Egglet just a heads-up play to be able to grab that, and now they're gonna head outside, pick up this bomb. And they
It's
have
cool from
kind of a choice.
UV1. They are getting a lot of map control back a lot.
Tomatito with a nice shot, touchdown Alpha, new chance that Swag Sap grabs more, but Flex and Deimos then take out those two players that just got kills. Back to a 2v2.
Oh, badass.
Yeah, in a cheeky spot here. He's got that USP, does take down Deimos, can trade his gun over for this M4 now. As Flex is trying to find his way to get one. He grabs two, in fact, 3 in total for the round, and ties this back up 3 apiece.
Just so good from Flex. We need to see those individual plays coming in from unexpected victory right now. They are definitely being challenged still by Cataclysm, but they do win the first gun round. That's critical for them, and they put Cataclysm onto a save. So even though they lost a lot of players, and we still have, Alpha yet to frag, and Vampy still not speeding up the way he normally does. UV1 definitely look a little more comfortable on Nuke, and Cataclysm don't look quite as comfortable as they did on Inferno.
That's the start Vampy wanted, finding the one sitting in the vents there. As we watch Deimos and Alpha do some work here. Deimos grabbing one more. Alpha trying to find a target, is able to do so. Deimos grabbed another one behind him. That leaves only Tomotito here, who is trying to deal with all these flames being thrown at him, but walks around the corner for a 1 dig, but Vampy ducks past the second shot and able to take down Tomotito, so they'll get this bomb plant as well for the extra cash. UV1 back in the lead, 4-3.
Back in the lead, not able to pick up an op with the money they've currently got, and Cataclysm is back on the buy. That's Zap going on to the AUG. So maybe seeing some sort of... Actually, Cataclysm do pick up the op for Badass, who's probably taking that over to ramp as he has been before. And so the question is, will Unexpected Victory with this inside push try to unseat him?
Yeah, Badass try to go for the aggressive timing shot with the op, gets right in there, but UV1 not quite pushing yet, so...
Value of that flash, revealing that there's an op at ramp. That's huge to find out that info. And they play it slow. UV1, definitely, we know they know how to play a slow T round on this map, not a rush every single time. And so Cataclysm uses a lot of utility again. This is really something they've been doing. Even in Inferno, we saw lots of their utility has gone within the first 30 seconds of the round.
Good flashes. Those Alpha get a try peek this kid. Please don't.
I wonder if he was thinking about it and Deimos is like, hey!
Hey!
Nope. I can imagine it happening in the comms.
But 40 seconds left to go. They gotta make a decision soon.
Yeah, and a couple of these bit them on Inferno where they left it so long, but more accessible, and that's unlucky for a Toke. The gun's sticking through the wall there.
That's the pick that they want. 30 seconds left to go. And they're watching Vampy throw out all of his utility. Egglet's going to come out and join him. Alpha, I think, the first kill out of the execute. Egglet's going to grab 2 from Hot. Badass left by himself. He's just running away with his op, taking his ball and going home. UV1 will grab another round here, be up by 2.
So right there, that is what's kind of fun about the Galil, is that there is so little recoil that if you need a quick spray transfer, a quick flick like that, and you can't afford to stop moving, you still have relatively good accuracy, swinging up to that other player.
Right.
You can see that Egglet was still moving and still managed to get just fine in terms of not having to stabilize the way you would with an AK or something.
Right, that's
so
fair.
There's one little bit of benefit to the Galil. Obviously, there's Deimos. Just casually, as if he just knew, just goes around for the headshot.
That's like one of those in the warm-up, kind of like walking up there and see someone and goes for the shot. Like that looked like I was watching a warm-up, and we see that often happen.
Exactly,
and so
exactly. Oh, that's just his spawn spot.
Yeah.
Another headshot there, practicing. Yeah.
Funny stuff.
But
also took down a gun. So actually huge.
Exactly. It's definitely non-trivial in terms of the actual effect it has on the game. That's going to be a full save for Cataclysm team. Just Eagles and upgraded pistols. No armor, no utility here.
Look at Toke, already down to 7 HP. Nichan trying to play right up in that hole, the wall, and picks him off. Vampy, though, will get the trade, revenge his teammate. Then they have Tomatito, looks towards the vent in case anyone pops up there. We're back to a 3v3, but tons of damage being done on this eco by Cataclysm team.
Yeah, a little dangerous. And Badass coming up close.
Yeah, he's going to be able to grab that. Also picking up a gun for his efforts, so he gets outside. Here's Eglet is shooting, so he's able to take him out. Takes down the bomb carrier. Vampy, though, turns around, avenging another teammate. Ooh, Vampy was 4 now. Does he hunt?
Yeah, Tokib now. Toke 1B, 7 HP with the Deagle on mini.
6-1.
Yeah.
Damn, yo, bye. Or 369. Yeah, I said 619. Whatever.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. Wait, were you starting to recite your phone number there, Johnny?
No. 619. What's that? It's an area code that's relevant. I don't know. Whatever.
Okay. Anyway, in any case, there's Toke. I mean, what are you supposed to do? Deagle 7 HP. At this point, just sit and hope they both walk through this exact choke point, right?
Yeah,
I mean, there's 27 seconds, so UV1 do have to make a decision, and they do not know at all where Toke is. Not only that, but they're both kind of low, so this is not impossible.
Just kidding. Flex takes him out.
It's not impossible, but not likely.
Yeah. Whatever. Vampy's got enough aces in his life. Didn't need that one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
UV1 up 6-3, and I believe that's how many rounds in a row? 3, 4? 4, I think.
I think it's 4 rounds in a row because it was 3-2.
Right.
So UV1
double op setup.
Definitely are relying on Vampy a little bit for frags at this point, which is totally fine. That's something that Vampy is happy to provide. But that, even for an eco, that was pretty touchy.
Hope aggressive into the smoke. Tomatito helps him out by grabbing another one for himself too. Natchan joining the kill parade. Deimos and Eglet suddenly are by themselves. Wow. That was real clean.
Yeah, and this time they just had the perfect response to the rush. UV1 just trying it again. They're like, all right, go for the rush again.
Yeah.
Not going to happen with Cataclysm set up in that particular round.
Yeah, they don't rush often, and they try to surprise him here this time around, but definitely Cataclysm find the better of them there. That stops the 4-0 run for UV1. But, they're perfectly fine here. They're going to grab AKs in full utility and go at this one again. But let's see if the double op setup carries Cataclysm through some of these rounds.
Yeah, I guess Zap is probably playing that outside. Like you said, first time we're seeing the double op setup. So that is going to be interesting. Yeah, indeed, that is him there outside. Oh, that's badass.
No,
Zap has switched over to ramp.
Sorry.
Interesting adjustment here. I'm not sure why they want to do this, but just kind of to spice things up a little bit for themselves. But you don't want to be spicing things up too much because UV1 have a lead on the T side.
Yeah, they're pretty happy with kind of how things are playing out right now as Badass is trying to see if Deimos walks to the top of that silo there, but throws it a nade, does not find a target. And UV1, again, they're just willing to just chill out, play the long game.
Well, they know that Cataclysm are throwing lots of utility kind of just at a moment's notice and, just almost unprovoked. So they know that that's supposed to give them an advantage if they've got more. It just, for some reason, it just kind of hasn't in the past little while. Everyone hasn't been able to do that much with their utility. That's a great pick, though, from Badass, who's adjusted.
Yeah. Flex. This is Molly, though. Does take down Tomatito. Natchan took one beard. Able to grab Elbow. We watch Al fight. Take down one, but then turn around and see Badass with his op. Shoot him in the face. Deimos, last one standing versus 3.
Yeah, 2 ops facing him down.
Yeah, not a fun situation to be in. And Zap just a little faster there. Deimos almost a little quicker, might have been able to click the head, but Cataclysm within 1. It's 6-5 lead for UV1.
And UV1 are back onto a save now with those couple of wins for Cataclysm. So nice job for them to come back. Even 6 rounds on T side is totally fine for unexpected victory. But this is their map. They want to make another statement here.
They want to stand.
They want to send another message. Definitely want to be appear dominant and feel dominant here against this very strong Cataclysm team.
Ooh,
here we go. The boost to the corner for the anti-eco.
Yeah. Kind of a cheeky boost here. They're walking through ramp, and he's going to spray down one of them. couple more. Toke 1B picks up 4. Zap grabbed the other. And we're back to tie game, 6-all.
Unfortunately, Alphight pop flashed his team, so they were like, all right, we're committed to the rush. We got to keep going. But if you saw that kill feed, every one of them was flashed by Alphight's pop flash. So just unfortunate there. Presumably some of them had turned and weren't fully flashed, but still, you hate to see it. 2 ops once again. UV1 back onto full rifles and pretty good utility. And it's really so much upper. They do not feel comfortable pushing this ramp, but I think that, you know, maybe an outside or a secret push could come in handy here.
Right, just with the amount of times they put an op there, I guess they're just going, we just don't need to challenge it. But again, you can work at it as a team to get in on that, get some flashes, get your smokes down, and use some utility to get access to that. But lately, UV1 has not been kind of willing to use their utility early on. As they want to kind of wait out the rounds and use it later. But here's Toke 1B just walking outside and finding kind of a free kill there onto Flex. Nice shooting by Toke.
Just nice shooting, like you say. Flex even had him.
Vampy testing that one out, but Egglet smartly shooting through that wall there. That's pretty thin to be able to take down the opper. So at least they take down 1 op.
Yeah, I'm just surprised they're not hitting secret at all. You know, the
outside
doesn't feel like they've been really stymied outside that much. Feels like they could just throw down those 2 smokes and get through, but they're just not interested in that position. They just really want this upper bomb site. So fair enough. It's definitely what they've practiced and where they end up hitting the most.
Flash coming from Alphights. They're running onto the A site now. Nice job. Looking back down, grab 1. Then he gets down Tomatito. Egglet got taken out, but great play by Alphight to basically own the site by himself. Demos here looking to see if he can deal with both Toke and Zap. Zap is, of course, right above him. Demos then takes down Toke, so it's just the Zap in heaven. Alphight will finally be able to plant this bomb. And
just in time, too. 6 seconds remaining there.
See if Zap can do this here. I almost feel like he wants to go for it. Most of the time, op is so awkward to retake it with, but you kind of like it in this position.
And they've got lots of money, so it's almost like you kind of may as well.
Yeah. He jumps down now. Demos going to come out and help. He's trying to get around Alpine. Nice little quick scope. Means he's certainly got a chance at this. He's flashing out now. He was going to try to go for the stick, but Demos is able to spot him out. Demos in those kind of like 1v1 situations. That one was a quick one. It's hard to outsmart him.
Yeah, exactly. He heard that flash drop. He knows he can peek and see him before the flash goes off. And you saw Demos was fully blind when he actually got the kill. But it doesn't matter. He saw the player already. You're dead by then.
Yeah.
They are on a bit of a rough buy. And Cataclysm, like I said, they got lots of money. They buy the double ops again. Zap misses a flash, but still, Cataclysm definitely are on better weapons right now than UV1 are. They have one more. Oh, that's a bunch of utilities been missed by Cataclysm. And, well, let's see if Unexpected Victory can take advantage. Not likely. They've been playing this very slow anyway, so it's almost like nothing happened.
Yeah, nothing but wasted cash, basically. Vappy getting out of Molly there to trying to force Badass towards his rifle, but Badass runs away. But yeah, another slower round here. If they can win this one, they're gonna at least be able to force them off a double op setup. That's almost for sure.
And they will also win the half if they win this round, which is great for T side.
Yeah. And UV1 really like this map, as you were mentioning, and yeah, most of the time you're happy with like a 9-7 or whatever, like being down that. But UV1 want to win the half, I think, because I think that would just set them up real nicely. But Zap with a nice shot there does take down Demos, so they got the numbers disadvantage. But they're starting to make the hit through ramp here now, as Zap is backing away from that one. Vampy's still chilling out here on Squeaky, finds one, but not able to find the second. Meanwhile, Alpha did take down one more target, so that put us back to a 3v3 and HP advantage for UV1, but Toke 1B takes out Egglet. Flex trying to chase him down, will find them.
Hate to have a Galil in that spot.
Yeah, not super great.
And they still don't have the...
Oh, bomb not quite planted. Cataclysm able to kind of almost steal that round. And we're back to 7s.
Yeah. It was close to a double spray down. That round was down to the wire for both teams. But yeah, Vampy had a nice idea to catch the rotators, but he expected only one, and there were two. And he almost got the second one as well. That means Cataclysm managed to stay on double ops, and they put unexpected victory onto just Deagles and kind of not much else. You can see Flex, unfortunately, didn't buy much, even though this is the last round of the half, so I'm not sure why wires crossed there.
Yeah. Here's Vampy, hero rifle time. Grabs one.
A lot of big job here.
Yeah, he's got to do it with 6 HP. He grabs the second here. Took 1B, though. He was able to take down Egglet, ran up right behind them, and then is able to just run up and finish off Vampy. So that is AK down. So it's just the 2 Deagles left versus this M4 of Toke 1B. Walks and takes down the bomb carrier. Throw it to Molly. Going to make it difficult for Deimos once again there. Well, Nichan is up behind him. He's only got 9 HP, but that Swag 7 definitely this is not
the right idea for Deimos.
Well, Deimos
Missed
here.
it. And there we go. Puts it to 1v1.
Yeah, we talked about these 1v1 situations when it's about the bomb and him, and Deimos seems to have the better of most players here. So see if he can pull off some of that magic again.
Of the entire game.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, he kind of knows what he's doing.
That'll do it. Yep. Yeah, he just hears the footsteps, knows that that player's trying to catch him off guard. It was a nice idea from the Cataclysm player to try to go fast there and just stop him before he got into position because he knew Deimos was low. But yeah, Deimos just knows exactly how to play that. Like, yeah, in that situation, yeah, I wouldn't take anybody over Deimos. I think Deimos could even a good amount of time beat Vampy in a 1v1 in that situation.
Yeah, yeah.
Such amazing game sense.
Yeah, and like just Deimos just like the veteran of the team, of course, having played in Maine before in the past, and having been the coach of this team before stepping in to be the IGL and join the team as a player once again. He's just seen that situation so many times in his life, and he just like knows how to play it more than most of these Zoomers do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he might not have the flicks of flex, but he definitely has the age, the sage wisdom that gets him through those situations. So now 8-7, unexpected victory. Honestly, on their map pick, would have liked a bit better of a lead, considering Cataclysm on their map pick got to, I think it was 12-3.
Yeah.
Or maybe 11-4.
I think it was
on the on Inferno on their CT side start. But
yeah, but
UV1 started on T side, and they are now on to CT. So I think that, you know, they are certainly favored here. Reminder to everybody, this is a best of 3, and they will move to Dust 2 if Unexpected Victory do manage to take this map. And that means we are going to go on to a very different game from what we've seen so far. And, you know, I love the idea of seeing Unexpected Victory on Dust 2. We haven't seen it all season long, and it's just going to be so fun to see them try to kind of frag out. At the same time, the team they're playing against looks like they could be very scary on Dust 2. Cataclysm, in particular, the likes of Zap and Nichan there are amazing aimers. Just so impressive from them so far. So yeah, Dust 2 is going to be a bloodbath if we get there.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting. So yeah, the note, Cataclysm, UV1's map pick, but Cataclysm did pick CT side for themselves here. So for UV1 to take it 8-7 in that half is definitely notable. We're certainly favoring UV1 at the rest of this half.
Yes.
As a result of that, and yeah, I look forward to potentially Dust 2. But you gotta get it done here. And UV1, of course, gotta prove it that they want it a little bit more, because yeah, Cataclysm have come out and fought really well. We see so much star powder of some come to their individual players, and Cataclysm don't do anything fancy. They just kind of like play good fundamental Counter-Strike and get it done. And in a sense, for it to be closer to that result is when most of the time when it's teams just playing kind of fundamental Counter-Strike, UV1 just wins. It's the teams that are doing some things that are out there to throw off UV1 that
Sure.
sometimes take advantage of them. And yeah, Cataclysm haven't done really anything that crazy. They just shoot really well, which and execute really well in the situations they need to. So it's made for an interesting match. I actually think stylistically these two teams are actually very similar, and it's been a fun one to watch so far. And we are just hoping for a map number 3.
Yeah, I agree with you about them kind of being really evenly matched just in general. I think this is a great just series of Counter-Strike to watch. It's very nice to see two teams try to outmaneuver each other and adapt to each other. You can see a little bit of a change from map 1 to map 2 for both teams in terms of the way they are respecting each other and reacting to each other, especially because Unexpected Victory ended up with that huge comeback at the end. Cataclysm, yeah, they aren't doing these crazy wide swings, which they were really feeling on Inferno. They aren't doing these rushes so often. And on T-side Nuke, it's going to be really interesting to see how that manifests, because it's a totally different setup compared to T-side Inferno, or even CT-side Inferno, where you can play aggressive as well. It's very different, and you can benefit from the slow play like Unexpected Victory was doing. And so the question is, will Cataclysm do the same thing on Inferno as they've been doing, and and the same thing that Unexpected Victory brought to the table, which really worked out when they got them to win the half? That's the question, and yeah, that's why I love a best of 3, is because the style changes over the course, not just the map pick, not just what side you start on, kind of thing. The very fundamentals of the team sort of start to shift as two teams get to know each other and you're not playing Counter-Strike, you're playing a series against Cataclysm or against Unexpected Victory right now, and that's a totally different situation than just queuing up for matchmaking, playing 16 rounds against a random team.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's just in general the appeal of tack shooters, right? Like it just puts you in this situation where, like, let's say, like, other game we play, League of Legends, yeah, there's the interesting thing, of course, with drafts is kind of how you actually adjust to that, and there's, like, that element of the game. But what makes it interesting about Counter-Strike, it's like, well, they're going to come back with the same guns, or even the difference of Valorant, where they can change up agents. They're going to come back with the same guns, the same utility, but people do use those differently, so you start to see how you want to try to adjust to specifically that, not just like, oh, they changed their agent, so clearly they're going to play something differently. They have a different win condition with their composition. Like that's an interesting thing in a different game, but for Counter-Strike, it's like, oh, you play this way, and again, these two teams play similarly, so now it's just like, okay, so how would we beat ourselves? It's almost what the question that comes up here, where, like, Nichan has kind of been like, they're vampy, right? And it's like, okay, so, well, like, how would we play if they had Vampy on the enemy team? It's almost how it feels like.
Limitation breeds creativity.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what's so gorgeous about Counter-Strike as an esport. That's why, a lot of people, myself potentially included, would say it is the best esport, is because the limitation it puts on players while still allowing the variety and the strategy and testing the skill.
Here's a rush just right onto the A site, and they're able to get the bomb plant. Toke is going to walk through this smoke and find a way to take down Vampy. Still playing around with Demo, so they're shooting each other. We return to Zap, who's found a way to take down Alpha, and Nichan then taking down Flex 2 as well. So that leaves Deimos and Egglet here versus the rest of them, as Deimos is sitting here and Mini getting to a firefight. But Egglet gets taken down, so it only leaves Deimos, and Toke 1B finishes it off. 2K for him in the pistol, and we're tied at 8.
Yeah, same thing as Unexpected Victory did, just a full rush onto A, and UV1 not able to deal with that. Fair enough. And it's Toke this time who is bringing up the front, running point for Cataclysm. 20 frags there in the 16 rounds we have seen so far, so impressive from him. And Nichan not as crazy in terms of fragging this time.
True.
So there you go. Maybe Nichan, like Cataclysm, is a very Inferno-minded player.
Yeah, that's fair. It's like you have some players that just, like, look insane on specific maps. So they know all the angles. Vampy, meanwhile, does find one while Badass is able to get him through the smoke. So they're going to get through Seeker here, and they're going to start pushing down towards his B site.
See if UV1 have the response to a secret hit like this. Only on Deagle's no armor.
And this is something that UV1 have been pretty decent at, is retaking the B site a whole lot. So, but right now, they're getting a big advantage right now for Cataclysm as they're picking off UV1 as they're heading towards the site. So aggressive play from Cataclysm is certainly working out there. Egglet finds his nice deagle shot here. He's got a Mac 10. Does he pick up the AK? He does. But Zap has got an advantage on Egglet for sure if he were to walk out there. And Egglet tries to get around and behind Tomatito, but Tomatito susses that one out. He's got himself 3K in that round. Now Cataclysm are up 9-8.
Yeah, nice spray control on the Mac 10 there. You don't see that every day. Every single one of those bullets look like a hit. And Egglet loses out. Of course, he was also unarmored, so fair enough. Not bad in terms of damage done for UV1. And there's Egglet onto the XM bright and early. Let's see if the early bird gets the worm here, as he is going to head up to Mini as usual with that auto shotty.
Yeah, he's been practicing this one a lot lately, and I have liked it. I wouldn't go as far as say he's loved it. We haven't seen like a lot of pop-off moments or anything like that, but it's just been like solid. And
he does his job. That's
yeah.
You don't buy the XM, even though you love to see those highlight plays. The XM isn't bought to get 4 kills around. It's done to do its job on the position that it does, and it does it better than a rifle in a lot of cases.
Here you go, hit coming through ramp. And that is being backed off right now by UV1 as they're getting themselves onto site. And like I said, UV1 will sometimes let that happen. And then if Alpha doesn't say hold down that site really strongly by himself, and then they're pretty good at retaking the B site. So right now, they're getting us through. But Deimos here in an excellent spot if Badass isn't expecting it. And Badass looking up definitely was not suspecting it whatsoever.
No way, yeah, you would expect that. Egglet might.
This is awkward, but it worked. Egglet able to just continue to shoot and take him out. Egglet eventually goes down, but Alpha is able to pick up a couple. He's also taken down the bomb carrier, as he wanted to pick up the AK, but Nichan right there is able to punish him for that. Deimos now coming right back and right behind him will finish off Nichan, so UV1 will answer and tie this back to 9.
Yeah, Egglet, like you said, a little awkward there. Had to go for some long range on the shotgun, but managed to get the kill. So there you go. Even from long range, it can be useful. And D did his job, like you said, did his job. It's if you trade 1 for 1 from that position, you are doing totally fine to stop the hit. So unexpected victory, pick up that round. They tie up the game, and they put Cataclysm back onto a save here. Cataclysm with no armor, no grenades of any kind at all. So unexpected victory, looking to take the lead again.
Yeah, and it's a little bit of a back and forth that has happened so far. Thanks for answering him, Rambo. Flex. Nice kill from outside as we watch Vampy deal with people trying to get onto the A site. He gets that frag. Flex still outside. Takes down Toke. Vampy still inside. Takes down another one on site. And then finishes off Tomatito. So Vampy Flex, Vampy Flex, Vampy.
Yep. Yeah, in that situation, it definitely is worthwhile to really try not to lose anybody. When you kind of realize they don't have any utility, they're just contacting with pistols. You really want to play safe and make sure you don't just kind of leave that round as a buy and kind of not try. You got to get those kills, and you got to not lose any money. It's just one of your times to build up some bank and make sure that they don't get any advantages that they couldn't that you couldn't have predicted, or that they any bonuses for them at all. So,
right.
And the punishment for that, of course, Cataclysm is back on the buy, but they're very low on utility. There's a Galil in there, so they do head over to Secret, and they're going to be able to get in, but yeah, just a little less utility than they would have wanted, and that might hurt them on the retake. Yeah,
because they're using a lot of the utility just to get through to Secret here, but Toke does open up the round, picking up 1, but we watch Flex able to finish off Badass outside there. Putting them back to 4v4, and Tomatito trying to run through here. Alphite not able to stop that, so they are going to get this plant onto the B site, and Zap finds a great shot to take down Deimos. It's only Flex and Vampy left.
Yeah, and one, they didn't do anything on Secret and the T side, and they're just not defending it that well on CT either. just letting it through, and it's fine if you let them through if you've got a plan, but it seems like they were caught off guard by the players going on to B, so maybe just something to regroup on a little bit in terms of the B defense.
Oh, Zap able to find one more, so Vampy just looked like he was just trying to make a decision on what to pull out there, but Zap punishes them for that, and UV1 lose another round here, but we're tied at 10s, and this is looking to be a long one.
Yeah, and they got plenty of money here. Going to be able to buy up just fine, especially because Egglet, he only needs 3,600. He's buying that shotgun again. That's Alpite onto the Deagle, though, unfortunately, so not a perfect buy for them. And Nichan upgrades to an M4. 10-10 here. Still unexpected victory. They won the half, but just barely. And Cataclysm team do seem competent on this T side here for Nuke, so... expected victory cannot let up for a moment.
There we go. Damos sitting outside. Gets a little bit of damage on the Toke, but still has to run away as the rest of the team was coming up. Return to Vampy there. And well, they actually haven't made the move here. They smoked like they were going to and then hung out here, trying to see if they can find more picks. But Toke made his way down there to finish off Egglet. So that made Flex not really think potentially that these people were outside, that maybe they were all in with Toke, and that led to Flex's death there, but Alphite eventually able to find one more here, and they're hearing a lot of footsteps, but they're on to the A site.
Yeah, hitting upper, and yeah, it's nice. They kind of threw almost a little fake here, which is not the easiest thing to do on nukes. So cool idea from Cataclysm, nice hit there.
Ooh, Damos with a beauty nade.
Yeah. He gets so many of those.
Yeah. And then Nichan, though, right in behind Alpha's able to hit it down and trying to deal with one up there. Vampy's going to get in behind. It goes through Squeaky and picks one off. So it's only Zap here to defend his bomb. Damos throwing down the smoke. Does he stick this defuse? He's trying to do it. Zap. Oh, Zap barely finishes off Damos before the defuse gets in there. Cataclysm up 11-10.
Incredible work there by Zap. Great stuff coming into that site and just taking out Vampy so quickly. He needed to do that because, yeah, Damos was in a good spot. Unfortunately, it didn't look like there was a kit there on Damos, so that, defuse might have been able to come through otherwise. Still well played. Great clutch there by Zap coming in, puts UV1 back onto the save, and now they're going to start getting a little worried because a bit of money built up for Cataclysm.
Ooh, Zap jumps in the room and finishes them off. So he gets the first frag over here in this round. Now we're tuning to Tomatito, who's trying to make his way into Hut. Toke's going to meet up with Vampy and get the better of him there. Throw it to Molly, rather, to see if anyone is back behind that vent. So 5v3. Egglet, Flex, and Alphite with their deagles trying to get something done here, but Zap's going to shut down Alphite. And then Egglet gets taken out. So only Flex by himself, sitting up here near Crane, finds 2 shots that get 2 kills. But in the end, another round for Cataclysm. They're up 12-10.
Yeah, awkward money here, although Egglet is willing to go on a shotgun, so they're probably going to force in this particular situation. But, no, looks like they are actually saving. So they're willing to let it go to 13 again for Cataclysm. This is tough, yeah. Unexpected victory. Did not expect to be this challenged on this CT side of Nuke. Where they are so confident. And we've seen Damos missing a couple of those AUG shots he doesn't normally miss on those secret
aggressive
crossers.
Here with the swag 7s, they're trying to get up in them. Nichan, though, gets the first kill. And then Badass picks off the next one. We go in, taking out another, but Damos grabs down 2. We've seen him be a monster in the Deagle before, and he's trying to do it here, carry his team. Picks up an AK, but takes a ton of damage in that Molly for it. He's still got to deal with 3 members left of Cataclysm.
Close.
Toke gets
yeah, that's a nice heads-up play from Toke to get all the way around like that and get in. So that catches Damos off guard. That was a save, just a little rush there. I kind of like it from UV1. You don't see them do it that often. We are just hoping that it doesn't mean they're, tilted and not not as poised as they ordinarily are. But Egglet switches over to the AUG, actually. Flex on the op, Damos and Egglet both on the AUG to hold those tight angles. Flex going aggressive.
Oh.
Gets the tag.
The tag, and Teammate helps take him down to 1.
HP.
Unlucky.
Unlucky, but yeah, still not much ground gain by the T side so far.
Smokes
And yeah, at least the defense did their job to push them back, but that's a great catch for Nichan. Yeah, him versus Vampy has been the story for a lot of these rounds.
Yeah, able to take that down. But here he goes. This is kind of clutch time for UV1. They got to pull out something here, and right now they got to do it with one of their best fraggers for the rest of this round. Flash coming from Zap, and they've done this before where they set up all the smokes but then don't actually go through. Flex now trying to deal with them, but nice little flick there. He picks up 2. We've been waiting for that performance from Flex to get some frags like that. He's able to pull it off here. Nichan takes out 1, but Eglet's able to at least trade. Zap now finally finishing off Flex. 2v2 situation how they're making their way through Secret. Can Eglet in an Alpha fight stop him?
Yeah, they're going to stick around at upper for now. Going to have to make the rotation. Now they are hearing those pieces of utility heading down, and so they have to work onto the site, and they've got a pretty decent way to go. Definitely the advantage is for Cataclysm team here, but a good amount of utility for unexpected victory. They just have to know how to use it here. Eglet and Alphite to take out the 2v2.
Through Squeaky, Tomatito goes for the 1-tap. Nice Molly, though. It's going to force him in a bad spot, but Tomatito ends up getting the kill anyway. He's got a good opportunity there, but Alphite finishes them off back to a 1v1 here. Smoke coming down for Alphite. Zap doing a ton of damage him. Alphite now down to 8 HP. Tries to stick the defuse, but Zap walks out and finishes them off. Cataclysm now up 14-10.
Oh, this Molly. If that Molly had been just a little bit deeper, it would have killed both players.
Yeah.
That is so unlucky. Alphite almost gets the kill in the end as well, but now Unexpected Victory are saving. They are willing to let it go to match point again. Map point and now match point here up against those AKs.
Yeah.
UV1 do for the
doesn't get much, but they're running forward, trying to get it. Alphite gets the first kill of the round. He's going to reload there. Deimos picks up that AK. Tomatito comes out and peeks, and Deimos will take him down. 5v3.
5v3, no, but they do have armor.
Vampy just walking up there. Badass able to take him down. So they get a couple more kills here for Cataclysm and put the numbers back to even, but UV1 were able to pick up a couple AKs here. Eglet the one remaining with a Deagle. Badass behind this vent. Catches them off guard. Finishes off Deimos. Finishes off Alphite. Then takes down Eglet. And
Great
we're
shooting
into
from
match.
Badass there. Yeah, impressive stuff. Impressive stuff. And match point now. Unexpected victory. I like the idea. You know, they did manage to get a good situation for themselves, but got picked off there. No utility or armor to help them out. Now back on the off, the last chance. Unexpected victory, fighting for their life in the playoffs right now.
Yeah, and they got to do it by winning 5 in a row to force overtime here in map number 2. Do they have it with them to dig deep as Deimos is helping out with the ramp room there, but they're playing outside again is Cataclysm, and they've had a pretty good strat doing this at least a few times now. They smoke off, start making their way through Secret. Eglet trying to throw a Molly to slow him down. Oh, they get past it.
Cuts a couple of them off, I think. Did they? Yeah, not all of them got past, I don't believe. But they will get past now. Yeah,
What?
see, Flex is going to be able to
Flex
find
is
one.
here. Nice shooting, Flex. There's another one a little bit on his right. Does he find the one in the middle? Oh, he hits a leg. Vampy now does find a way to take down Badass. Nichan does go down too as well. Aglet's picked up 2 frags in this round, so it's only Zap left. 1v4. Zap's going to walk up to where Eglet is. Does hear that he went down there. Eglet will finish off the round. 3K for Eglet, who's had a good series for himself so far. A little quieter in this map than the last one. And they're within 4.
Within 4. 4 more in a row. Eglet now on a FAMAS. Full AKs, but this will be the last. Cataclysm lose this round. They're on a somewhat of a save, although a pretty strong one.
Yeah, they'll have...
They don't have full
decent amount
rifles if
after
they lose, as long as if they all die, that is. And yeah, this is where that practice comes through. All those games, unexpected victories spent throughout their season, playing Nuke specifically. They know what they need to do. They know how to win on Nuke, but they need to find that knowledge and, like you say, find it within them. Deimos on the off angle.
Deimos finds Badass, rolls out, grabs 2. Tomatito eventually taking him down. Damage definitely done. 4v3 now.
4v3. Nice job there by Deimos. Definitely does his job, but that outside pressure is still a concern for UV1. They've got a lot to check, and this lower bomb site is what they ought to be focused on.
Oh, Vampy.
Vampy just misses.
That one's a little heartbreaking, but if UV1 can coach this round out for him, it might be okay. Bomb, though, planted as Egglet is walking up these vents. And somehow Toke doesn't take him out. Egglet, quick reactions there. Fakes the defuse. Alphite here, prepared for Zap to walk out, so they'll finish this one off. UV1 within 3.
That is unbelievable that Egglet got that kill. He just managed to get around and stuff the headshot with the FAMAS close range. If he had gone down there, Cataclysm probably win the round because that position is so strong from Vent. Oh, man, I am trying to. We try to keep our bias to a dull roar over here on the Unexpected Victory official stream, but I am stressed right now.
Yeah, man.
Says he's stressed in chat, and I agree. But Cataclysm are on a save here. Unexpected Victory likely to win this one.
Oh,
Badass, though.
Flex just walking through there, but Egglet will trade it out. They'll definitely be happy with their ability to do that. Egglet trying to slow him down with a molly here. Does hear the gunfire, so does know he's right there. Finishes them off through that smoke. They get this bomb plant, though. Can they also hold this on the eco? Tech 9s work out so well in that exact situation. He's able to get 1 for 1. Alphite, though, finishing off one more. Nichan does take down Deimos, so it's Nichan versus Alphite. He heard him drop down. Alphite narrowly missing on that. Gets a nice little spray here. Will defuse this bomb. UV1 within 2.
It's getting real close. It's getting real close, Johnny. You can see that Unexpected Victory have got plenty of money. They can buy up for the rest of the game pretty much. But Cataclysm need one more round, and they've got a full buy right here. Zap, will he go onto the op?
Just thinking about it.
Waiting. You can
AK.
you can tell he's thinking about it. No, there is, the AK. Egglet back on the shotgun. It is down to the wire here. It could not possibly be more important for Unexpected Victory to win this round, and they've got another gun round coming right after this if they win.
What am I watching right now?
Takes 3 damage there from dropping. Auto director's like, this guy's about to take damage. I don't know how, but he's about to take damage, so we're gonna stay on him.
What intense action and a little bit of comic relief coming in from the chat here.
Yeah,
at least.
exactly. We need that. We need that respite.
But here we go. What strategy are Cataclysm going to come out with here for this one? They've had some good outside hits moving towards Secret though, but Flex, at least as of late, has seemed to have found his aim on the op. But we watch Tomatito now moving into lobby. We'll meet up with Vampy here. Oh, how does he not get that?
Unbelievable.
Badass finds Egglet 2 as well, so they get access to the site pretty well as we watch Flex get taken down here, but he was able to grab 2.
Spacebar to reset this situation.
Thank you.
Yeah, there.
Freaking out. I'm like, oh, but I forgot everything. Anyway, sorry. I'm stressed out here. Nichan is spotted out. Alpha takes him down. Badass still finishes off the last 2 and finishes off UV1's hopes for this season.
heartbreaker. The same score, 13-16, both maps.
Close ones.
Inferno coming in, UV1 attempting such a gritty comeback. Just amazing play from them, but against Cataclysm, where we thought they might be a one-trick pony based on their match history. Amazing poise on Inferno, just so comfortable on there, but coming in, they put up an incredible CT and T side on Nuke as well. Cataclysm punching well above their seeding in terms of beating UV1 right here. You know, this is the UV1 stream, and we will say our goodbyes, but I do have to give a shout-out to Cataclysm. Nichan in particular, incredible play from him over the course of this series, especially on Inferno, and just in general, this is an amazing team to watch. Cataclysm, definitely, if there are other ESEA teams tuning into the stream right now, watching this, you got to watch out for this Cataclysm squad, because they played a hell of a series tonight.
And some of the chat kind of touched on it. The pick ban here seemed to have gone in a pretty good way for Cataclysm. They get their best map number 1, which kind of gave them that win there. And even they didn't look uncomfortable on Nuke. Let's put it that way. I think they kind of knew a good default strategy for them on the T side that was kind of worked it out for them, and they held on just enough on the CT side, like the 8-7 that UV1 technically won, but it was enough to keep it close enough so that they can kind of carry it on through here and pick up the win. So Cataclysm, I think, quote unquote, won the pick ban there, and it was a good strategy for them to come to this one. So they're a strong team, and going forward, they're gonna probably have more success. But let's touch back on UV1. We like I said, I don't really want to do an interview after a loss, so if we could
maybe we could do some sort of post-mortem stream later or something. Definitely don't want to talk to one of the players right now.
No, not after that. So, but yeah, just quickly talk here. UV1 season, it was tumultuous in terms of like where they're going to pick up the lineup to pick up some new players. People that like just didn't quite gel with the team, and then eventually they land on this lineup that we had a lot of hope for. And this UV1 team kind of like always had this upward trajectory of improvement, and with this lineup, it looked like it was going to continue going on that way. And it's so hard to like just rest your whole season on this last 2 maps they play that they lose, but in the end they lose kind of in these playoffs here. And it's sad because you want to kind of see how far this exact lineup can go, and unfortunately, this is as far as it gets for this season, at least.
For this season, for sure. And yeah, you know, we already saw UV1 play last season, do an amazing playoff run, and go up a division, well-deserved, and they came back even stronger. And I think that what we can take away from this is that is a likely result of this season, because yeah, amazing stuff over the course of the season. Great record, just fun to watch this team play. Like, it would be a team that I would watch a game of them if I didn't know them, and I would be like, I want to keep watching this team because of the way they play the game. And yeah, you know, I said it over the course of the season, you got to be good to beat this team.
Yeah,
it was like an impressive squad for this level of Counter-Strike. So just, you know, heads held high, hopefully, after a little bit of a mourning for the team, where we know that if they had gotten past Cataclysm, who turned out to be way better than we thought, we were likely going several more levels deep into the playoffs. But that's just the way it goes. You know, sometimes you run in, and that with this many teams in a tournament, that's just the kind of thing that happens sometimes to good teams, is that, you know, somebody's got to go out early. It just has to happen. And UV1 are the unfortunate victims of that in this particular season. So what a season to cast. It was just such a pleasure, and tragic for it to end like this, but at least it did end on a very good series. You know,
16-13, 16-13,
really worthy
right?
opponents, very close, just good matches of Counter-Strike. Definitely nice to at least play some really great Counter-Strike to end off the run.
Yeah, and shout out to everyone in chat that kind of joined us for this evening. Join us for the whole season.
Yeah.
Definitely appreciate you guys out there. Trust me, I do. Like, even I don't always address it just because I am casting. I do see what's going on in chat all the time, and I love to see how hype everyone gets. I love to see, like, we have the delay, so I like to see when people get hyped about plays that I know are coming for them. So like it's fun. I love all the spams. I love everything that's kind of going on since we moved to moving this off my stream and onto UV1 stream proper.
Definitely.
So definitely appreciate you all coming out here, and it's been an absolute pleasure, and I look forward to more in the future.
Yeah, we had a bunch of folks from the from other teams. We had somebody from Lo-Fi Hip Hop come in here and say hi and give some good compliments. Of course, we had a great time casting them, and they did move on. So congrats to Lo-Fi Hip Hop as well. We'll keep an eye out on that team. But one of them said it. One of those players from that said it best. Brutal matchup. Both teams deserve to get through, and that's just the way it happens, right? But a bunch of new followers today as well. So thanks for hanging out at UV1 at Unexpected Victory. We will be back, I'm sure.
Yeah. We'll check that out. Just gonna give a little bit of sign off, a little bit of a send off here. Me and Wes tomorrow are actually casting a 1v1 Valorant tournament. If anyone wants to check that out, twitch.tv/featuring you, if we can shamelessly plug that. But also you can find me at Johnny Esports on basically everything: Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook. So you can find me there for more casting and just other stuff I'm kind of interested in. Mostly esports though. Magic, you can kind of count as an esport, I guess.
I count it.
Yeah. Why not? And Wes, why don't you give
Poker's a sport, Magic is an esport.
Yeah, there we go. I respect that. I respect that opinion. All right, and Wes, what else do you got going on?
Well, my main thing that you can follow me on right now in particular is RamboCast on Twitter, at RamboCast. I've also been in the Twitch chat typing. You can follow me on Twitch as well, RamboCasts with the S at the end. I haven't been streaming that much because I've been doing a bunch of events, so that's been nice. But yeah, hit me up on Twitter, and you can see what kind of casting I'm going to be doing. For instance, tomorrow with Johnny in 1v1 Valorant. So yeah, lots of gigs coming up. It's great. We're able to. There's a lot of esports going on, and we like that.
Yeah. It's fun. So thank you, folks, for having us all season. We look forward to how we go in the future. Guys, do a tournament or something, and we'll come cast that. Ted, you give us a shout for if you guys do that, and hopefully, That's a bummer. I'm kind of bummed. As much as I'm trying to be positive at the end here, I'm like, I'm kind of bummed that that's how this.
There's a lot of good support in chat to hype us up a little bit. And JPM says we're coming back stronger next season. I promise. We were holding you to that, my friend, because we love to cast it and we love to see UV1 improve. So yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us, man. It's just this is a lot of fun, even if it ends in heartbreak. It was still worth the journey. Or it was still worth the journey we took along the way, man.
Yeah, and it's just another chapter, folks, and hopefully there's many more in the book that is Unexpected Victory. That's what I would like to end on, folks. We will see you all next time, whenever next time is. Follow at UV1_esports on Twitter as well as on TikTok, and of course, join the Discord if you are so keen to do so. That's it, folks.
They get wild.
They do get wild. We have a good time over there. All right, folks. Goodbye. We'll see you next time.
Good night.
It was Friday night. I caught that feeling looking in your eyes, like I've known you a million years. And I have visions of your hand in mine, growing older, spending all the time. That's all I ever need, I swear it's true. I belong with you. I promise I do.